Saying the name. Stop saying the name, Tim. Stop.
Okay, at this point, I think I have everyone. So... Let me make sure I just have Eric. Okay, yeah, I have Eric. In that case, I guess let's get started then.
Everyone go to sleep.
Everyone go to sleep.
Good night, bros.
Good night, Moon.
And I'm going to start assigning the roles. I guess, where's Kimball? Kimball, come back.
Being Mafia. No, he just started. He's AFK. He'll just come back and turn it off.
Okay, all right.
Can't Neil turn it off?
I think you can turn off audio. Kimball, kill yourself. There you go.
All right. Oops.
So I guess ZNF isn't going to talk. They can't hear me. Only chat can hear me. How are you guys doing in chat today? Sorry, I've been away. Couldn't do Mafia Monday, but I hear Julian and Alan did a great job with Mafia Monday. Or was it Adam? Someone did a great job with Mafia Monday. So glad to hear about that. In the meantime, I think I'm just going to take this chance to plug all my other stuff that I normally forget to plug. Tomorrow is one shots starting at 6. I guess that's really all that's going on. I think we're going to do roleplay on Sunday. I don't think anything's happening Saturday. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, I think names are in all the right positions. Sweet.
Okay, I just passed out all the roles. So, Mafia, kill someone. Cop, check someone. Vigi, kill someone if you want. And Hypnotoad, do something if you want. Okay, all right. Looks like we have everything finished up. So, how about everyone wake up, except for Unctious.
Yes, yes, yes.
Why would they kill him?
They're helping us.
Unctious,
Thank you.
go away. You're dead.
Thank you. They're helping
That's so
us.
helpful.
Okay.
I
You didn't
don't
wake
understand
up.
why
Man.
someone would kill him.
All right,
Thank you,
easy
Mafia.
win for town.
What's a hypnotoad? I missed this.
Hypnotoad.
It was in
I
chat
just-
like 7 times now, dude.
I just hope the
What chat?
hypnotist
I don't
didn't
read
listen
shit.
to my
Can you roll repeat, please?
advice in chat.
So the hypnotist can, once per game, kind of like a
Hypnotoad.
vigilante shot, during the night, they can hypnotize somebody. That person, if they both live through the night, at the start of the round, has to claim their actual role.
And I guess since nobody said anything and it's been 20 seconds.
It's not
No,
generally a
sounds
good idea to do
I would-
first night.
First
Carlton?
night's not
Carlton, you missed it. Will we officially legally change the name to Hypnotoad from now on?
Okay, good.
Let you know.
So,
Like-
Neil,
It's
Okay,
one
good.
shot.
You just
One
get
shot.
to use it once, yeah.
It's like a vigilante cop hybrid thing.
Hybrid thing.
Ryan, were you trying to say something to me?
no, I wasn't.
All right, so who hates
So-
Unctious the most?
Well, it doesn't make sense as a mafia play.
Well,
'cause
let's not
everyone's
go down
always
this road,
suspicious
Kayla.
of
Let's
him.
not go down this road.
I mean,
don't
Yeah,
feel-
Phil.
I just want to use it as my defense that I would never kill Unctious first as Mafia. Like, I would kill, like, Eric or Phil first, but never Unctious, because I can use that to my advantage.
Right, so it's a smart
It's
Mafia
chaotic.
play.
So, but here's the
Oh,
thing.
yeah, that was a good play.
Here's the thing. You said in Mafia chat for the hypnotist to use their power
Yeah,
on Unctious,
I know that.
and then Unctious
I
died.
said-
That would have been a really good move as Mafia to like
That would have been.
make them waste it.
Hypnotist
on
won't
Mafia.
use it
Was
first
Mango
night, though.
talking in chat, like trying to give instructions to people during the night?
He
Yeah,
just
dude.
That's
Well,
kind of.
it's night one.
Twitch chat or Skype chat?
No, it's Twitch chat.
Twitch
Night
chat.
one.
Oh.
Who cares?
Yeah, that's just all fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think
No, but I'm just saying though.
Yeah. I don't. Okay.
the winning
It does
play
line
there
up
is to
kind
not
of.
even chat while you're playing.
The true metagame, the game outside the
Just
game.
kill Mango for cheating.
So
think-
from
Yeah, I
here,
just don't know how I
maybe-
feel about people like players trying to talk to other players through non-stand. I mean, I guess if it's in Mafia chat, everyone can read it, so I guess it should be okay.
what's your
Usually,
read,
you
Ryan?
just talk to chat and like troll around. You don't like. You're not supposed to give directives.
I
I
think
need
it's
to hold off. I'll tell you guys my read in like 10 minutes.
I think
Kimball, what are you eating?
God.
Yeah.
I am
What did
eating
you say?
fish.
I think it's Phil. I think Phil's Mafia.
Kind of fish.
Because you didn't know what anything was.
Why do we
Oh,
care
Lord.
what he's eating?
Why is Phil
Okay.
Mafia?
Yeah.
I just, it's just a hunch. I don't know.
I do hate Unctious, I admit it.
Yeah.
He's too smiling.
I mean, it's not personal.
Mm.
This game's never personal, right?
So does anyone have any
No, it's
like
definitely
quick
personal,
gut
Bob.
reads or anything?
Yeah, but my gut reads are always the same.
Um,
Day one, my gut reads are always Eric and Rob look super sketchy, but they always look fucking sketchy to me. I can never not read Eric and Rob as Mafia.
so, Rob, are you breathing?
Of course.
Wait, is he breathing?
Well,
Yeah.
it's pretty
Mafia
suspicious because I have it on good authority that Mafia also breathed.
Guys,
I'll say, it's about 2 minutes into the round. You guys could try and lynch me
Okay.
for one.
guys. So what we
Sasquatch,
should be
you're really loud
doing,
with your breath, dude.
we should be at the very least putting out gut reads and stuff. So there's stuff flying around. So if Cop did happen to find a Mafia and doesn't necessarily want to come out and like die because we've got no medic, then that might be a way for them to kind of.
So you're saying you want to allow us to create a situation where the cop can bandwagon?
Yeah,
I think
Create a situation where
I mean,
cops
that-
get reads off
that's
people.
pretty much what
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
doing. Like, we're just kind of fucking around a little bit because that's how
Okay.
you can get people to slip up.
Well,
Yeah,
Ryan
no,
said
no,
he
no.
had a gut read,
Hey
right?
Tim, how you doing? How's today going?
Going great. Trying
Yeah.
to read. Actually, trying to order pizza, but
Oh, okay. That explains why I thought you were disinterested.
no, yeah, sorry. I'm trying. I actually the first couple of minutes I was trying to just get a good gut read on everyone, see everyone, but I really last week I didn't eat like until really late at night, and I think it affected my play. So I think a couple minutes early in round one is good enough to get me some non-mafia pizza from not a mafia front store.
So nothing Italian.
Yes. Well, actually, okay. So I promise, like after a minute, I just need to put in my information, and I'll be back.
Okay.
Brian, did you say you had a gut read?
I said I do, but I want to wait like 10 minutes to give it.
We
Yeah.
still have 7 minutes.
10
Don't
minutes.
worry,
What did you
guys.
mean by cop bandwagoning, though?
The timer was started.
It's the same way Mafia bandwagons.
No, what I mean is, so what Kiwi was saying is, let's throw out a bunch of things, throw like maybe suspicion or bring up everybody's name, so that way the cop can just say, I agree with that, instead of bringing it up in the first place.
Not only that,
I mean,
but
how
also
does,
get a basis
how
of
does
the
that
cop
help? Because it's not like if the cop dies, when he dies, like it flips his role and we know that he was cop, right? So, I mean, if he's gonna come out, then he comes out. If he dies, we're not gonna get anything anyway. So
No,
I mean, you can't make it. I don't make it where the cop is obvious to town. but
It's
not
kind of
obvious to
dangerous for
Mafia.
cop to be bandwagoning.
Mango.
Like,
I
makes
don't
him
think
look
it's
like
not-
Mafia.
The cop doesn't
Yeah.
have to say a word to agree
Makes
with
him
it. I
look a
think
lot
it
like
gives cop
Mafia.
an idea
Makes him
of
look like Mafia.
who's signing with who.
You know, I
think
thought you were being like super pro town Kiwi, but
Pro town.
like that, you're being more active actually early than normal, and maybe you're just more sober early than normal. But the more we analyze this proposal, like it kind of feels a little bit backhanded.
Yeah, because
Like,
anytime
we've had this issue multiple times recently where, if somebody's cop and they get a read on somebody, but like nobody's talking and nobody's actually giving information, and then the cop has nothing to go off of, and they just have to out themselves and take it. And it's a hard situation. Like
and then they
people
get butt
should be
fucked.
giving out reads so that way they can get read.
Well,
Mango,
you guys know
what are you
I'm
doing?
always a fan of one cop, one mafia, usually.
But not
Especially-
everyone.
With no
Not
medic, we've
everyone.
had a lot of difficulty with that.
Yeah,
in
with
4.
no medic, it can get really
You mean the
tricky.
cop coming out for one mafia?
Yeah, with no medic, it
I
can get
do
really
not
tricky
like that.
day one.
It's
Day
been
one with no
happening on
medic,
day
I don't
one.
necessarily agree.
We do have a Hypno Toad,
Hypnotist.
and we do have a
Hypnotist. Yeah.
Hypnotoad.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't really know what Hypnotoad does to like normal
Why would
players.
the
I don't know
cop at
how.
all?
Normal
No,
player
No,
will,
so-
a normal townie will just say, I'm town, at the very beginning.
No, I know what it does, but
You don't understand how it changes the
metawise,
metagame.
yeah, exactly.
I think it's important in the event that the cop were to come out, right? At any point in the game, not just day one. I think the biggest risk is if a hypnotist hypnotizes the cop and makes cop forcefully come out. So if the cop is already out, the hypnotist gets a free, like, almost cop check on someone else, because at worst you're going to out a Vigi, which is not great, but they can still get their shot off the following
Right.
night.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you clarify? Do they have to give their roles or just town or mafia?
They have to give their role.
They roll.
They
They
roll.
roll.
So
Okay.
like if we had a medic and they picked
That's why you have to
medic.
be really
I think-
careful with it.
Yeah, that's why
In
you
the
want
event
out
that
the cop.
hypnotist
Yeah.
Right. If the cop
they-
comes out, the hypnotist has a very low risk in being able to get an additional cop check / town check.
All right. So
Is
does
this
everybody
going-
like sit on this hypnotist now so we can actually start talking about
Yeah,
the
can we
game?
play the
Yeah.
game
Yeah.
now
Eric.
instead of talking about the rules?
All right. So, Kayla, you mentioned my name before. What was that about?
I was just keeping quiet for a while, and you looked like you're just kind of like this. So I wanted to know if you had any opinions on anything.
No, no opinions yet. I don't really
Just
have
didn't
any
shave.
reads on there.
Just didn't shave for the day. Like,
Yeah.
He's like picking at the same spots. He must have like some acne or something.
Just
Wow.
So
harsh.
lovely of you to point out on stream,
Not
Caleb.
cool, man. Not cool.
You know, when people touch their face, it's indicative that they're hiding something. Like, you know,
Rob
face?
always touches
Yeah,
his
I
effing
tried
face.
to get Rob on that a while ago, and it turns out he just does it all the time.
I know he
He
does
is,
it all
he
the
is
time.
still breathing though. I just want to point that out again.
Shindigs does
It
it
is
all
true.
the time too, but MLG Ryan,
I do
not
do it
so
all the time.
much. Mm.
Sasquatch, why do you look so
Oh.
nervous, dude?
Phil's
Why
acting
so what?
differently. Phil's
But I
acting
couldn't-
differently. I don't know what it
couldn't
is.
hear you.
Maybe he really
I
did
agree.
smoke up.
I
Sasquatch,
did
why?
not smoke up.
So the last
Watch it away.
Stream, guys, no one on here has done anything illegal or is currently doing anything illegal.
Or is
Their
advocating
state
doing
and
it
Nice
their-
illegal.
dance move, ZNF.
in
The
their
host
state.
is the one smoking up.
Somebody dancing behind us.
So the last couple weeks, we've been looking at trying to nail down quiet people. Is this something we want to continue to do to punish
Look,
quiet people?
all I'm saying
I
is
think so.
Phil has a tie-dye shirt and he's eating a lot of food right now. That's all I'm saying.
I always wear tie dye,
He
man.
was
Just
super
saying.
easy when he got on.
Guys, come on, this is not productive.
All
sir.
right,
Come on.
Like,
Julian's not in this game. He would be someone I'd be looking to poke at more.
Good job.
I have
Yeah, I
three
know that
guest
doesn't
reads.
help.
Honestly, Sasquatch has been pretty quiet. So far.
It's Sasquatch.
I would look at
Yeah.
Sasquatch would be fine.
Alan's being quiet as normal, not doing
Yeah.
anything about
I'm
it.
pretty quiet.
We lynched Alan first last game, and
How'd
it
that
turns
work
out he
out?
was the medic. But we did get useful information.
Yeah.
So obviously it works. Let's do it again, right?
Alan, are you town?
Unctious is dead. Someone's
down.
got to push for killing Ellen.
Can you say it without
Kiwi
smiling,
was
without
very
smirking?
disruptive previous
I'm not
game.
smirking.
You're kind of smirking right now, bro.
I'm not
Totally
smirking.
smirking.
I don't understand.
Smirking. Face.
It was smaller,
Sorcerer,
but
I
it's
don't-
still. You're like, I'm not smirking.
Can you
Sorcerer,
show
I
your
don't
smirking
understand
face
What do you want
then?
me to do? Like,
Let's
Show,
Sorcerer.
show what you look like when you're smirking.
Sasquatch.
Do a smirk.
fuck you, Sasquatch. Let's
Let Storzo talk. He's actually
trying to deflect off me.
doing
Yeah.
something.
Stop pointing
Storm's
at
doing
you.
something, so I mean,
Yeah.
just let him.
Yeah, he's deflecting off Sasquatch.
No, I added on him. He was
After
quiet
I-
last game. Yeah, but I've been talking about other people too. I mean,
That once a game, usually.
like the quiet people that. I mean, we got Sasquatch. Alan's usually quiet on the first days. He never dies. Carlton's quiet.
Wait, he died last time.
Yeah, I know, and I already said that.
Oh, well, then he
All
does
right.
die.
You're not
Confused.
paying attention
On
again,
track.
I don't know.
Sasquatch?
My gut read right now is on Kimball. I just think.
Yeah.
It does look
Yeah.
suspicious.
Is it because of the
Yeah.
way?
Yeah, Kimball.
Would you like to give me something to go on here?
No, I mean it's not anything you said or anything. It's just you look like Mafia. I don't know.
I didn't shave yesterday or today, so.
No, it's not
No,
that. I
it's
was
not
kind of thinking
that.
along the same line. It's kind of just like the face, the emotionless expression that you have on your face right now. Like you don't
Look of
seem
a
to really
killer?
be necessarily paying attention. You're kind of just like, yes, I have this under control. Kind of look.
It's not. It's not like your normal like concentrated like town face. I think that's what it is.
I see.
I need
I
to
see.
light in here.
Well, when stuff starts actually going on, I'll be concentrating more.
Well, if
Carlton.
Kimball's
Feel free to leave.
Yeah.
I want to.
when
I want to
stuff
back up
actually
Mango
starts
and say
going
that
on?
I've also felt that.
Was that your gut read, Ryan? Is that what you? were
No.
gonna do?
He still has
My
a minute
gut-
and 15 seconds left on that.
My gut read was that Phil felt clean, but he was eating, so it threw my read off. So I was waiting for him to finish eating, but he's still fucking eating. So it's really.
Yeah.
Eat it.
My three gut reads right now were Ryan, Kimball, and Eric. I've had those before, and I just wanted to get them in before too many other opinions came out, and I start bandwagoning.
As
We
Mafia
should lynch
town.
Kimball.
That's Mafia.
All right.
I
can we
formal
talk about
Kimball. Let's
Ryan
get
and
this
Eric?
on the way. I formal Kimball.
Oh,
Town.
All right,
Phil's acting so
former
weird.
out. I guess since there's a formal Kimball, you get
Okay,
your
I
defense.
I wasn't formal comfortable, but
Yeah. So my defense is I just ate and like I have a happy belly and the game is early on. So yeah, I'm just no, it's tuna.
Oh, you.
It's student food.
Kind of cat
Tuna.
food.
No, it's
Cat food.
I'm going for
They
the
eat that
games.
in Italy? Like, is that a thing?
It looked
No,
like cat
it's
food,
not at
dude.
all. It's very American. It's from the
Sicilian tuna,
Pacific.
or
No, it's from the Pacific Northwest. Like,
Can we? It doesn't really matter what he's eating.
yeah.
Well, okay, all right. So is that your defense? Are we going through with this, Phil?
Yeah, if you guys
not
are
retracting.
honestly concerned that I'm just playing relaxed, it's I just ate and like I have 25 grams of protein in my stomach and I'm sitting back and watching the game dissolve.
You're not gonna
Okay,
rescind?
so
Phil?
give us some
I'm not
thoughts on it.
rescinding.
Like
Phil's playing so fucking weird this
Um,
time.
that makes me really suspicious of
Fucking
Phil.
Why would
Phil,
you-
man.
He's not rescinding. Let's go to a vote. We don't need to talk
so
about it
you
now.
want my reads? I think Eric's being a little bit quieter than normal. And we've already talked about Sasquatch and I've pointed at Alan, of course, he's not. Sometimes he comes out and he tries a little bit harder to be vocal early on. And he doesn't seem to be doing that. Everyone else is seeming normal. I pointed at Kiwi being more pro-town than normal early on.
Yes, I was, sir.
And so that's probably my strongest read, actually, that Kiwi's pretty safe town so far.
Kimball, my
Okay.
question is, why would you sit and watch town dissolve? You use those words yourself rather than say something.
Like
And like start doing.
Because when I see something that needs to be done, I do it. But until then, like I watch and I try and figure things out.
Don't you think town dissolving is like a good time to step in before town gets completely off track?
Dissolving's not the right word. Like watching unfold. Town
Okay.
unfold.
Okay.
Is that better?
Okay.
Okay, all right. Well, I mean, Phil's not retracting his formal, so I guess we're gonna go to a vote.
All right.
I'm
Well,
good
you
with
guys have seen
I
me.
don't feel comfortable
You
with
guys
it.
have seen me get pressured, and you've seen my response. So you should be able to get a pretty good.
I
count
would
read
vote, but I don't. Not with Phil.
I-
don't.
Okay, all right.
mean, I
Well,
usually-
What kind of
It's
excuses?
my
is that?
problem too,
Reads?
actually. If
I'd
anyone
rather
else
lynch a
called a
quiet
vote,
person.
If someone else called this, I would vote.
yeah.
Phil's like literally is acting like he's high. Like he has a goofy smile on
Like,
his face.
seriously,
and
Phil,
he's
you're
kinda
really
like-
killing me right
He's
now.
giddy.
Dude,
Like I
there's-
can't.
Guys, he's not rescinding.
All right, yeah. So okay, well,
just trying to win the game,
Hold on,
guys.
can so I'm usually a big proponent of going off of your initial reads. Like I've said this before as moderator. Like when I mod, I notice that early reads are usually pretty spot on. But I don't know if I can actually trust this.
Yeah, I mean, don't
Well, you're
talk
just
yourself
Mafia,
out of a
buddy,
good
so
lynch.
you don't care what
This
you
isn't a
think.
good lynch. This is just
we
like
can-
a gut
we can show.
decision.
We can show if we support it or
I
not
really
by
want
raising
him
your
to
hand or not.
rescind it though, so that we can actually maybe like come back to it, because Kimball is a really like suspicious person on the average. I just feel like we're pushing
Okay,
for a
you're
vote too
suspicious.
early.
Let's
I
kill
think
him.
it's
What
I
more
think it's
do you
weird
want?
that Kimball said that
I'm-
Kimball didn't say that this is a bad lynch because I'm town. He said this is a bad lynch because it's a gut read.
Like
that just-
I'm saying, like
that's
he's
kinda
acting
weird to me.
really suspicious, but I don't want
what's
to push the
big
vote
difference
now.
between that? Like,
Why
put
not?
in town is the worst
What
defense.
do you want?
all right. So all right.
If he's not rescinding, so let's go.
Yeah,
Wait, no,
so-
I want to say a few things before this goes to a vote. If that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
I find it. I mean, I kind of like this vote. Honestly, I think I like this formal. I would have gone with either Kimball, Sasquatch, or Allen as the most suspicious right now. With a honorable mention for Tim. I don't like how fast Kayla was to say this is hasty and I'm suspicious of Alan or Phil, and I don't like how Alan was saying I would vote for him if it wasn't Phil that called it, because that's kind of like a bullshit cop out. Like I think this
I wasn't the only one that said that though.
Well, let me just finish. So it's more like I think he might be Mafia, but I don't like Phil, so I'm not going to vote for him. It's like kind of an excuse not to vote for a Mafia teammate, perhaps. I don't know.
No, like the point is that the way Phil is acting, like I would agree that Kimball's suspicious, especially with his defense. But the way Phil is acting makes it feel like he's just like picking on Kimball to make him fuck up, and Phil is Mafia getting us to lynch.
Can we do the vote? I want to.
It's a really early lynch for day one, but like
I love
which
early
I'm in
lynches.
support of. I'm in support of early lynches, but I don't feel like I'm a good lynch at all. Like I haven't done anything to deserve this other than just like trying to observe, to exist. Yeah, it's early. And I think it's great that you guys have applied a lot of pressure, but I think we should apply some other pressure. And if you still feel like I'm the shadiest person by the end of day one, then come back and let's do this. But let's get reads on other people too. Because you've literally gotten nothing.
But Phil's not
You've
going to
gotten reads on Alan and Gabe being quiet, and that's it.
Phil's not going to rescind.
Okay, all right, let's all right, guys, let's go to the vote.
It's going to be very telling.
All in favor of killing Kimball, raise your hands. 3, 2, 1, go. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that doesn't pass.
Well,
I thought you were gonna vote, Eric.
Apparently, Eric didn't vote.
I wanted to make it closer.
See, this is exactly what I was talking about the other
Wanted
day.
to make it closer.
Wait, Neil. What was that whole spiel about? I don't agree with this guy. And now you just voted for it.
One at a time. Let's focus on one of the fucked up things that happened and stick with that. So
Shindig
either choose Neil
we
or
voted, Phil voted, Ryan voted, Neil voted.
Hold on. I got Phil, Neil, Tim, Kiwi. Who else?
Ryan.
You.
That's me.
Yourself.
Yeah, that was it.
Is that
five?
So Phil, Neil, Tim, Kiwi, and Ryan. Okay, so we don't know so much about that right now, but it might be useful information later.
Yeah.
Because
Didn't you vote too, Eric?
either he's town and they are Mafia, perhaps, or he's Mafia and they're town. So that's a good little group we got.
Sasquatch, he did
Well,
not
once
vote.
you figure out which is which, yeah,
No,
they have
that
was-
Well, I know I'm down, so I know which
guys,
is Mafia.
Since Kimball is exempt for today, I think that the person that's acting the most different, aside from Kimball, is Kayla.
Saw that coming, motherfucker.
Yeah, well, I know I put a lot of heat on you
You have a
sometimes.
horrible
Like
read on me. Every time I'm down, you're like, oh, you're
I know
Mafia
I
'cause
do.
you're acting weird.
Wait,
Yeah.
Neil, why'd
See,
you
this
change
is
your
what
mind?
you get for defending me, Kayla.
No, Neil needs to explain himself.
Being reasonable.
I said
Doing
early
this
people's early games opinions are usually pretty strong, although I'm not certain about this opinion. And then I thought about it for a little while and listened to everyone and was like, you know what? I shouldn't be second guessing myself. I think he's probably Mafia as well. That was my opinion. That was Mango's opinion. That was your opinion right off the bat. I trust my reads and I trust Mango's reads. So, you know
But
what?
you
Not
said
second
before
guessing.
the vote was going to happen that you did not agree.
No, I did not say that. That's not what I said, Phil. You're misinterpreting the things I'm saying.
Then why did you
Kimball's,
say that?
Kimball's defense kind of convince me, which is why I didn't vote. So.
But then why do you
I'll tell
regret
you
not
why I
voting?
didn't
This is about Neil.
I'll tell you why I didn't vote because
I'd like to hear that.
honestly, we
No, nobody cares. Neil.
No,
Neil.
Wait, why do we not care? I want to know why
Neil,
I didn't
Neil.
vote.
I want
Yeah,
to
come on.
because I think it's important information. So
Then you'll get your
First night-
turn. Now we're on Neil, right?
Okay, what I said exactly was usually people's early reads are accurate. As moderator, I guess this is paraphrasing. As moderator, I noticed that people often read early, or read correctly early and then talk themselves out of this. I've made that point clear. And then I proceed to say, but I think this is a little bit hasty, which is exactly talking myself out of something. And then someone, I think it might have been Kimball, but someone said, don't talk yourself out of an early round lynch or a good Mafia lynch early on or something like that, to that effect. And that was like, you know what? You're right. I normally talk myself out of lynches that I think are good, and then later they turn out to have been great lynches, so I talked myself out of them. And it seemed everyone else, I thought we were all in agreement that we were just going to kill Kimball, and so I was gung-ho. I was gung-ho from the get-go.
A lot of us were vocal
You
saying that
thought
it was
we were in
a
agreement?
bad idea to push this lynch so early.
It was definitely not one way, for sure.
Yeah, I guess there were a lot of you, but whatever. I thought it was a good lynch, so I voted for him. I was more curious about...
I have a question. Kayla, why did you think this is a bad lynch?
I didn't like how Phil was pushing for it, and I thought it was really random. Like, I can understand doing the formal to put pressure and then rescinding, but he was so adamantly against rescinding when multiple people were like, hey, let's not push this so fast. Let's kind of like poke at other people first. Like, honestly, his defense wasn't like the strongest. It was kind of weird, but it wasn't enough for me to be like, yeah, let's kill this motherfucker. And I love killing motherfuckers.
I think
I didn't like how you initiated it.
Yeah,
That's
Phil's
what
first
really
word
got
was
me.
like normal Kimball.
Like, who
that's
cares?
kind of, I didn't
Well,
care.
obviously, you're not playing this game properly right now. Like, you're probably on something.
I'm
You
sorry.
inebriated
Let
in
me
some
fix
way.
my etiquette for you. How dare I?
No, it's not even etiquette. It's just like, I don't
drunk or
trust
like
your,
what the
Really?
hell is going on? I'm like so
soundness.
confused.
That people are on stuff. Like, you don't need to say that. There's no need.
It's not like anybody knows for serious. I'm just saying that's my impression of him. He's acting the fool. Whatever. I'm saying that.
Just say he's
I don't.
It's one thing to say he's acting different.
I feel like two
Which I
crab
can
hands
agree
are gonna
with.
burst out of Phil's
Okay.
Are you
eyes
saying-
and the crab people like.
Are you saying
guys.
foolish is acting foolish?
Guys,
Is that what you're saying?
Eric had something to say, right? We kind of
Yes,
skipped over
please.
it.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
All right, so first night formals are usually bullshit. We just kind of pick somebody, and I think it's better to get 8 failed votes than to get a quick lynch. So I am all in favor of trying to make formals close, so we get votes and people in the right columns, and we can use that information later. So that's why I was saying that it's a good vote, and I wanted to see it happen, and I would vote for it, but I didn't vote because
But you
I would
can't
rather
do
see.
that.
Well,
Because
that's
if
a cop
everyone's
out.
like, yeah, let's make a close vote, let's all vote on him, and then everyone tries to make it close by not voting, it never gets anywhere. You have
Like,
to
you
stand
called
up
me
for
out.
yourself.
You
Otherwise,
can
we don't
trick
get any
Mafia
reads on
into
you
voting,
either.
though. Like,
You called me out for
that's a
saying
really
that I wouldn't
selfish
vote with
move.
Phil, and then
Is
you
it
didn't
is
vote.
it
Like, what the
is
fuck?
it worthwhile to say that most Mafia did not vote in that? I want to say so because because
I mean,
if I was
that makes
Mafia,
sense.
I would
I don't
totally
know.
vote on
I don't
that
know if that's
because
fair to say.
I think
I'm
there
leaning
is
more
a
along
case.
the lines
I'm
of
not sure that's true.
based on odds, because we just picked one guy out of 14, right? Most likely is Town. I'm leaning more along the lines of the 5 people that voted in Mafia.
But we're not picking people at random.
I think
Like,
it's
we
smart
never
not
pick people at wild random. We always have a
did
reason to
pick
go
it
one way or
random.
another. If
Eric,
we're picking
he
people at
picked them
random,
random. He
what?
picked them completely randomly.
No, it was not
Megan
not
and I
really.
had already talked
No,
about how
he
he
picked
Not
me
only that,
because
Eric-
people like Mango were throwing suspicion
Yeah.
on me.
Also,
was
it's
suspicious
not
of you
it's
before
not
Vegas,
1 out of 14. There's 4 Mafia, right? So the chances are a little bit higher than you stated. Also,
No,
multiple
but he
Wait,
doesn't
people
know
there's
thought
that.
4 Mafia?
He's
but
Town. He doesn't
also-
know that.
but also multiple people thought that he was acting
Suspicious.
differently or like
I
looking,
thought it was
his
suspicious, but I think
Yeah.
it would have been better to wait on the vote because, like, if we had maybe waited and kind of poked around a little bit, I was interested in voting for him. But just the
And-
way it went
and
down
now-
made me
If you're-
uncomfortable with it.
if you're Town and you pick somebody randomly, it's a 1 out of 14, right? Other than you, so 1 out of
So
13.
you actually think
Eric,
he picked him
4
out of
out of
just like,
14.
4 out
let's
of
call
14.
suspicious on someone. You. Oh, Kimball. Let's kill Kimball. He didn't do that. He picked someone he
Yeah,
thought
What
was
did Kimball
suspicious.
do that was wrong? Honestly, I didn't see anything.
Well, here's the thing that I didn't like about the vote is that you were one of the first people, Eric, to say that you thought Phil was Mafia. And then it gets to the
I mean, this
vote,
is
and
the
you're
gut
like,
read
and then you're like, you didn't. And when you went through your Mafia picks, you didn't mention Phil at all. and you were like supporting him, and I was just like, wait, this seems kind of weird right now.
Are you kidding me? Like, that was the first 5 seconds. Like, that's not going to make a break a vote for me. I mean, I just saw his face. I'm like, this guy looks Mafia. It's just stupid, you know?
Well, also, if he thinks
Alan has his hand up.
he thinks more than he thinks.
And then Rob had his hand up
he's
too.
gonna like not vote with Phil.
No, that didn't enter my mind, but that makes sense. I mean, I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. I just said something like just first few seconds. It doesn't mean anything, right?
Okay,
so
Alan.
Bill was playing really differently, and then earlier he didn't know what the Hypno role was, and then now he doesn't know how many Mafia there are. Like, this is really strange for Phil because he's a great player. That plus why he's playing weird pushing for people, like the way he's been carrying like round 1, like his demeanor is just very strange to me.
Yeah,
I don't think it's worth it.
Rob had his hand up.
So I have 2 points. One, I had suspicion of Kimball before anyone said anything, and then after Mango and someone else came out, I just threw in my notion of like I had that same idea, and then right afterwards Phil formaled, and I felt in the past before when Mafia have manipulated like Town's stance on something, either right, like I felt like it may have been a really easy way to try and misdirect Town. And my second point is with Eric. Now that you've kind of blew your load on this one with I'm gonna vote and then not voting, like was this one vote worth the integrity of people aren't really gonna be able to take your opinion serious ever again and say, oh, I'm gonna vote for this, I'm not gonna vote for this. Like, was this one vote on day 1 worth kind of
He did
always
this last
putting
week.
your
I called
yeah.
out on
Did he
this
do it
shit
last
last
week?
week when he did it.
I just can't ever trust him again when it comes to this.
You can't.
Look, if you guys have to make your own vote. I say how I'm gonna vote, and you can take that as seriously or not. But if you guys are saying that you're gonna think that I'm Mafia based on that, I will be.
Didn't say that.
I just don't
Well,
like
it's not
it.
what I said at all. I just think that it for a day 1 play, it's not worth trying to like get that extra information out there because we can no longer take your information credible moving forward through any game, which makes you a hindrance to Town. Not completely. I'm not even saying you're Mafia. I'm just saying with this one aspect of playing the game, we no longer can trust you. So
Like, if we're
we
both
get your
Town,
position
we
down.
don't know
disagree
who
with
got
that,
on your
actually.
vote, basically.
I feel like the information we got was very worth it. I'll just say it.
If
Never
you
again
put out
can we
a false impression of how the voting is going to go, like if it seems like it's like if you have a read that it's not going to pass and you can make it seem that it's going to be very close,
right?
You're going to force more Mafia.
I never thought that thing was going to pass. You kidding me? No, but there was nothing on it.
So in that situation, I think false, like trying to get support for a vote as Town is reasonable.
When you
Never
start
do that
saying,
again. No one can ever listen to him again when he says that. Though.
we
That's
can
what I'm
argue
getting.
this. We can
Sure,
argue the
but
semantics
that's
all
not
day.
what
But when you come out and you say, you try to make a vote close, and the guy's Town, Mafia's gonna vote. Like, that's a fucking trap, and I'm gonna trap them. That's how I play it.
Here's what I think. I think with Eric's play, I see it more as creative than like in any other situation. Yeah, if somebody lies to you like that, they're like the boy that cried wolf. But in this situation, we're playing fucking Mafia and we're all lying to each other. So like lies are acceptable.
I mean, we should move on.
Yeah, it's not only Mafia that can lie. Like,
what I got from this is that Eric is Town. So regardless of like why he did it, like I don't care at this point.
Yeah, like we all know it's Town. Like a lot of us just don't like it. That's all. Let's move on.
Well, here's so what I want to say is I think we are talking ourselves out of everything. I think the answer here is simple. I think the majority of people, obviously the majority of people did not vote. I feel like the Mafia is among those people because look at take the situation. You get a Town called out, and Phil did not do this baselessly. All right, I'm not going to say it was the best accusation ever, but it was something, especially for like 5 minutes into day 1. It was something. It was decent. You know, why not? I was on the fence about voting, but I feel like a lot more Mafia could have had. There was a lot more potential in that accusation for Mafia to jump on and vote it. And the fact that they did not do it is a bit suspicious to me. I felt like a lot more people were going to vote, and I feel like people were.
So I'll add to that, and that's from a perspective of someone that didn't vote, and I'm Town. So
I voted. Just want to say that.
I did not vote, but I regret not voting afterwards. I've been watching Kimball and seeing how he how he reacts, like as far as like his facial reaction to what everyone's saying, and I don't think he's Town. Like I'm regretting not voting for him. Not that my vote would have made the difference. So I agree with you guys saying that the people who didn't vote it's likely that the Mafia are in there. But I just want to say that I'm town, so yeah.
I had a question for you, Mango, but I guess I'll let Sasquatch finish first.
I think
I
Sasquatch.
just wanted to say on a day one lynch, don't you think it's best for the Mafia to split the vote between themselves to make it so it's kind of?
No, I think it's better for an easy kill, like Occam's razor kind of thing. I think that was a really easy kill for Mafia to capitalize on. And
Right, that's why I'm saying that I think Mafia was in that vote.
No.
In
Mafia
that
was-
vote?
No. I voted and I was town. Well, maybe I was just stupid in that vote, but I feel like if Mafia voted, there would at least been a lot more people.
Yeah, it depends on what Mafia thinks is going to happen. Like,
I mean, Mafia doesn't work as like a blob. They all have free will.
Yeah, but I mean, I think you can guess like what once you see who's on your team as the Mafia, you can guess who you think will go certain ways, maybe, like on a lynch, and from there you can vote the opposite or something and try to split yourselves. Like I remember last game, Carlton and I were on the team, and we voted different ways on Jonathan, and Carlton said he liked that because it kind of split us apart. Do you know what I mean?
It's a good play, but it's just not the most common play.
Yeah, I don't think you can rely on that being able to predict what other people are going to vote as Mafia.
So I had a question for Mango. Mango, you were one of the first people to cast suspicion on Kimball. And then as we got near voting, why didn't you speak up in his defense if at that time you didn't think he was Mafia?
So I didn't think he was Mafia, but I still want to see how people voted without me influencing them, right? That way you get a more accurate read of
so you were
their
less
alignment.
concerned with saving Kimball than you were with getting reads on people.
Correct.
All right, so I mean, had he died, that would have been okay.
Whatever. I mean,
you would have gone to
Day-
bed.
I mean, I
It's
get
still
it.
it's a day one lynch. Like
The
so
thing,
if we
the
want-
reason-
it's
the
not
thing
the
that I
most
didn't
important
buy
thing.
about Kimball's defense is like we were all looking at him because he's like way happier, less serious than normal, and he's talking about it's because I'm like full and my belly's happy. I've been on the Gaines diet. I've eaten cans of tuna, man, and I'm not fucking happy after eating a can of tuna. Like it sucks eating a can of tuna. And you're like, man, I'm doing this because it's like lean protein, but like
No, I have no
Definitely not
allergies.
full.
So I eat a high protein. Like I don't eat grains basically at all. So like I don't know how you're gonna judge on what foods I eat make me happy, but like when you're hungry and you eat, you are happier after.
Kimball, if you're actually Mafia, that's like the sickest read based on your diet.
Well, if he had gotten the chicken instead of the fish, I think I would have believed him. But
can someone tell me who didn't vote on Kimball?
Everybody
except for five.
Just put your hand over if you voted.
Yeah, everyone else didn't.
Ryan voted.
Ryan voted.
Yeah,
Ryan voted.
Pay attention.
Okay.
Good. I don't think, like, if we're going to say it's from the group who didn't vote, I don't think it's Kayla and Alan because they were on the fence, and the only reason for not voting was because I started the vote, which I guess
And
logically is
honestly,
stupid.
if I were Mafia, I would not have been like so fucking vocal
I
about it. 'cause
don't
that's
think
just
I don't
like
think it's Kayla either for sure. I think she's.
I don't think it's Alan either.
Like, so I would say Sasquatch, Carlton, Kimball, and I don't know who the fourth is, but those three,
Bob or
I
you.
would be happy with
Maybe
voting on
Robert.
any of those.
Kiwi has
I
his
want
hand up.
Sasquatch who and Kimball?
Kiwi had his hand up.
Yeah, I wanted to hear from Carlton. He looks like he's kind of doing notes, looking at people, but he said fuck all, so let's see what he got to say.
No, I've said a few things. So, no, the reason I didn't vote is because I didn't like the play that Eric was making on it. I've already brought that up and talked about it once. Eric says that, I don't value reads like in the beginning of the game, but like he was the first one to ask Ryan what his reads are. So he obviously does put value at least in some people's like initial reads.
What
So
does it have to do with the Kimball vote, though?
because Eric said that he thought Phil was suspicious. So then Phil comes out and formals Kimball, and then Eric jumps on it and it's like, yeah, I think that Kimball's suspicious too. Like if somebody who I think is might be Mafia formals somebody, I'm probably going to be inclined not to agree with them on it, and not to try and get that vote going.
I agree with Carlton. I had no read really on Kimball, and I just thought that it was going to be pressure to make him talk more, and I didn't feel comfortable with the vote, so that's why I didn't vote.
Have you got anything else, Carlton? Because like you're taking notes, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Carlton, that's really all you got? My 5-second read?
You want more than that? You want more? Why I thought that was like, how is that
No,
not
like about the
for
game
you?
in general. Like,
Yeah, I have plenty more. Like, I say this is why I didn't vote. People are like, well, no, like, why didn't you vote? I'm like, this is why I didn't vote. I have plenty more on the game. Like, why are you being like this right now?
That's all we're asking for.
Okay, fine. Like, Kimball came out being really aggressive to start. I didn't quite like it. I didn't quite think it was Mafia. Mango was the first person to go after him. Phil kind of jumped on after that. But Phil was also doing some other thing. Phil went after Rob really quick in the game too. I didn't really think that there was anything based off that other than that what somebody else said about Rob. I think Neil was the one. Like Neil said Eric and Rob at the start.
Yeah,
and then like all of a sudden,
those were his general suspicions.
Yeah, it was like the easy thing, like, oh, let's pick on Rob Day. And then like Phil jumps on that, and then like that didn't really go anywhere. And then some people start bringing up Kimball, and Phil jumps on that all of a sudden. So that's one thing. The other thing was that Ryan's like on after Kayla, and I don't know exactly why yet. I don't think that her behavior is quite as abnormal as he kind of made it out to be.
I think Kayla's acting really differently than usual. Way too happy.
Maybe it's the hair.
People
How
can't
dare
be
you act
happy,
happy,
Ryan.
Kayla?
Ryan, literally every game we've played in like the past fucking month, you've said that. So like,
Okay,
if
so
I'm not angry,
I will
I'm
admit,
Mafia in your
take
world.
Take my words with a grain of salt. My reads on Kayla have been wrong.
They've always been wrong. The one
That
time
being
I was
said,
Mafia, you completely.
So the thing that I just didn't feel that it's been like personally I didn't feel that it's been that different. Like she's usually fairly happy early on. It's just like as the game wears on that she gets more and more fed up with everything, and then just kind of
agree.
Say that it's not okay.
I do
for
agree.
you to
When
have-
her stamina gets lower, then she's like, that's when she gets
No,
more
no, it's
bloodthirsty
because
and-
you literally
I wanna
started
hear
getting
from
saying
Kimball.
I'm not allowed to be happy.
The other thing, well, I just had one more thing to bring up, and I talked about it earlier in the game, was that because I think Kimball was the one that said he didn't like what Kiwi was doing by trying to get the game going at the start to get people's reads, and I actually backed him up on that. I felt it was a very talented thing to do by trying to get people to talk when we were talking about nonsense.
Okay, so Kimball.
So I just wanted. I'm sorry. I just wanted to clarify. You said that I was being aggressive early on.
Yes.
Can you give example? Like, because I was just looking happy and not paying attention to the game.
Compared to the last few games that I've been in with you, your play has been a lot more aggressive, and like I mean, you use the excuse of being tired in those games, and you haven't used that excuse this game. But I never I mean, there were a few games where you were like, "Oh no, I didn't really sleep last night," and you just kind of
I don't
sat
sleep on
there
Tuesday
and
nights.
just kind of didn't really do anything. So compared to how you've been playing recently, I felt you've been much more aggressive and much more into the game and involved in the game.
Okay.
That's weird because some of us were accusing him for not necessarily accusing him, but getting suspicions because he looked so uninvolved in the game.
Yeah. So I just that seems to contrast.
All right, I want to hear from Rob and Storzerg.
At this point, my gut read still just going is Ryan's seems different to me this game. He's been joking around a lot more, making side jokes here and there. That's something that I've picked up on as different. I don't think I'm leaning towards him being Mafia. Like I said earlier, my reads were Kimball, Ryan, and Eric being people who are my gut reads. At this point, with other people, I think Phil's too much of a distraction, so I'm not going to give it. I mean, I could talk about it, but I just feel like everyone's beating on him at this point. Kiwi, I liked Kiwi's start at the beginning of the game. I want to hear more from Sasquatch because I noticed a couple times he's been pinging like, "Oh, I agree with Carlton," or "I agree with Mango," or "I disagree with it." Like, he hasn't been forthright in his own information. It's been kind of more in consultation with what other people are saying. And Eric, I still disagree with that whole like cry wolf thing, but that's I guess a disagreement in an ideology. And Kayla seemed normal to me. That was additional. Like I was already suspicious of Ryan, and then he started going on Kayla, and I didn't see anything abnormal with Kayla at this point, and that's where I got even more suspicious of Ryan.
I'm actually gonna formal. Sasquatch because I'm tired of people interrupting him.
Okay, sure. So,
I want the guy to speak. Every
I have
time.
something to say about Sasquatch as well.
I have things to say about Bob.
I don't know if you're trying to make a joke
No, no,
right now.
no.
Let the guy talk.
Mango, I was asked to talk as well as Rob. And
But
I was
there's a
going to say
formal,
I
though.
want.
Yeah, shut up, Bob.
And it's about
Get out of here.
And it's about
No.
Sasquatch. I was going to say I want him dead.
He gets to talk first.
All right.
Eric.
Okay, so what do you want to hear from me first? Like my biggest lead, why I'm a town, which I am.
I want to know why you're town. Tell me why you're town.
I'm town because I was born in the town, raised in the town, selected as a town, stayed away from those dirty mafia people.
No, but seriously.
But seriously, I'm town. My biggest suspicion right now is definitely Ryan by far, because usually when I play with him, he's definitely after somebody. And this game, he's been a lot more passive than usual. So lead is on him. I also did think potentially you were Mafia, Eric. That was another lead of mine because you were being aggressive at the start, and then you didn't vote, and then you were saying that our people who voted were probably Mafia. So you were trying to put pressure on the people who were not you, basically. And I don't know. I got a strong Mafia read from you. So those were my two leads. Bob has been quiet, but Bob is, I don't know, kind of quiet. Tim has been kind of quiet, I think. I don't know if anybody agreed with me on that, but yeah.
So can I kind of poke holes in this real quick because my name was mentioned?
Well, I think Kiwi has his hand in the air.
No, I do.
There's an actual
at least Bob and Ryan with it.
There's a formal, so it has to involve him. Go ahead.
It does.
I think it does.
I have something too, but go ahead, Ryan.
Oh, so I just think that a lot of the stuff that he's saying just doesn't make sense. I mean, he's calling me out as being Mafia for not being aggressive, yet I was one of the
that's your town play.
I was one of the few that voted to kill Kimball, and I went after Kayla, so, like, I don't understand that.
Well, you always go after Kayla, and just because you voted on somebody that's not what I mean by aggressive. What I mean by aggressive is actually leading the discussion and pointing out people more specifically. Kayla, I don't really count because you always do that, and you always have, like, a read on Kayla, so
well,
it's more...
The amount that I lead is based on the percentage of sureness that I have.
He does have a point, though. You do always go after me.
You always do it.
I've gone after you like twice.
No,
maybe three times or something.
In the defense of Sasquatch, I've seen his Mafia play last week. I was on the same, or was it on Monday?
Yeah.
I forget. It was.
It was Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
Okay,
You guys
so
were on the
last
same
week.
team,
And I thought his Mafia play was really weak, and this is coming from someone that was on the same team as him. And I don't really get that vibe from him at all. So, I mean, in his defense, I don't think he's Mafia.
Yeah, I'm not getting the Mafia read that I was getting last Wednesday as well. Like, if you remember last Wednesday, I was going hard on you.
That was like yeah. I mean, before I even said a word, I was like,
you looked mad Mafia to me, and I was like going hard on you, man, and like.
All right, I'm gonna rescind.
Because I was really sure.
I still had a quick question. What are you up to over there, Sasquatch? Are you just doing?
I've been taking notes, but I don't think I'm as good of a note taker as Carlton because he definitely has been picking up more than I have. But I'm working on it.
You're just on the game. You're not like bouncing around doing like.
I'm not listening to music or watching videos or anything. I'm fully paying attention to the game.
Have you got anything from your notes that you'd like to share?
No, my notes. I mean, I can read them to you. Like
that'd be cool. I like
Mango.
poetry.
Okay. So the first thing I took was Mango was being aggressive on Kimball. Then I took down like Phil formal Kimball, and he didn't want to rescind it. And then the votes, and then Rob going after Kayla and Ryan going after Kayla. Were the other things I have?
I'm pretty safe.
Rob going after Kayla?
Rob going after Kayla?
Yeah, well,
Rob said Kayla. No, Rob was back. Kayla.
Okay, well, the reason why it's so far down was well, then I have it wrong because that's what I thought I heard from Carlton. So I took it down then. Like I also took down you going after Kayla then because that's when Carlton was discussing it. So I was trying to steal some of Carlton's notes.
What he's trying to say is that Carlton has
Kayla?
been misleading us, and we should vote Carlton.
I don't remember Rob going after it. I don't have it written down.
Well, that's what I thought Carlton said, so that's why I wrote it down because I thought he was reading from it.
All right, let's hear from Storzerg now.
That was fucking weird. Oh my god.
Okay. Well, I'm personally not sold on the Sasquatch story. You did play Mafia with him, and you were Mafia, so maybe you have more insight into that.
He could have done better because he was really bad last time. So
yeah,
I fucked up at the end.
Well, I'm tired of the people just skating by, and I really want to see those quiet people lynched early, and I want to see the town flips on that. Not the vote flips, that is. And I want to see bad players lynched as well early. And I still want Sasquatch and Kiwi are my first day lynch.
Kiwi?
Who I'd want. Yeah.
What about Carlton?
Yeah.
I would vote on Carlton right
But
now.
why Kiwi? I want to know about Kiwi. Why
I want to know why about Kiwi too.
I want to know about.
I mean,
like today,
Wait,
he seems
a lot of it. A lot of
This
it
is still on me, guys.
Like a lot of it has to do with previous
No,
games.
formal conversation.
No, I gotta rescind it.
Oh, okay, my computer froze, so I was like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
this isn't like last week, is it, Sasquatch, where you're like getting things wrong?
Well, no, not him.
I don't think I got anything wrong.
Kiwi,
Yeah.
I
Let's
felt
not let this
screwed
day
down
drag
so
on
hard
too
last game,
terribly
and
long,
I'm
so-
tired of people playing like that. And I don't know if he's going to do a similar thing,
I
and
think
he
my
could very
fight-
well be Mafia, and I just don't want to have to deal with that kind of stuff.
Did he
My
do
play
anything
was
suspicious?
legitimate last game,
And
but
as for this game, I don't think he's been doing that much for town this game at all. He's kind of been saying some things, but I don't think he's been adding anything other than fluff.
What did you do?
What have I done? I've been mostly quiet today.
So you
by your own
want to
admission,
kill the
you're
quiet
type of town
people?
that
So
would
you're
kill.
fine with killing yourself, is what you're saying.
Of course not. I'm
That's a
town,
good
and
answer.
I want to see town win, and I'm putting out that I don't like those two players. And you can take it for what you will.
Can you reiterate the two players?
Kiwi and
Sasquatch and Kiwi.
Sasquatch.
Okay, but
So
Storzer,
weird.
you're not saying that you read them as scum. You're just saying you don't like their town play and that they're not helping town, right?
But he also said he didn't like. What
This
Sasquatch
is
said.
also day one. There are some people who will say, "Yeah, I got a super scum read." This is just my way of saying this is my scum read. And
Kiwi's been way more town than a lot of
Doesn't
people
make
here.
sense.
He's been playing like a lot better today.
Bob does this every game where he like puts himself on the bike.
No, because like at the beginning of the game, I liked. I'm trying to remember. It was like one little thing at the beginning where I
Bob
liked
said something
basic
good at the
Storzerg's basic demeanor. I completely disagree with Kiwi, not because I don't think it. I think there's better Lynch candidates, and I don't think he's been a liability yet. I get what you're meaning by like Kiwi could be Kiwi sometimes, but as of right now, he's never given me a reason to doubt him yet. I didn't like Sasquatch's defense at all.
I just
did not-
want to.
There was a lot of inconsistencies. Sorry, go.
I just want to interject. After that vote on Kimball, you guys have been. It's almost close to an hour now, so I don't want to rush you guys. But just, I mean, I just saw the time, so I just want to
Think of how great this could have been if we had
Well, we-
lynched.
Well, honestly, the way you
I
went
really
about it
didn't like
fucked it up. So good
Sasquatch's-
job.
Yeah, I didn't really care for Sasquatch's defense at all, so I'm still fine with lynching him, and I would have voted for him if Eric didn't rescind. I'm just putting at my stance right now. I didn't care for it.
Wait, who called? Eric called it. Okay.
Eric called it and rescinded it.
Yeah, I will agree with Rob. I think that a lot of the stuff Sasquatch said was him just talking and not like half
No,
of it
well,
didn't make sense. At all.
No, it makes some of it made sense, but like it was stuff that other people just said. Like somebody pointed out Ryan is suspicious. Somebody pointed out Eric is suspicious. Then he brought that up.
Well,
Someone
I did-
said that
I did
store was
raise my
quiet, and then he
hand.
brought that up. Like
I raised my hand immediately when Rob was talking because I wanted to chime in on that, and then immediately Eric formaled me, which was me talking anyway. So that's why I brought that up immediately.
I still don't understand why somebody could think that Kiwi's not playing Pro Town right now.
His things he said at the very beginning were kind of a little bit like almost as if it was trying to draw a cop out for Mafia to kill.
Kiwi's
It was
playing.
sketchy. It was a little bit.
Right.
It was a
I
little bit
agree with
sketchy.
you that it
Wasn't-
seemed backhanded, but it still seemed like he was doing it in the interest of town, like
yeah,
without
it's
realizing
yeah,
that maybe
yeah,
it wasn't
yeah,
a good
that's
idea.
that's what I'm trying to say. Thank you.
So
I
we're-
would say that Sasquatch isn't necessarily really scummy, but everyone has been playing like fairly decent town. I think. I think most of the reads haven't been based on people's actions or words. They've been kind of just based on emotions and like physical reads. And so I think if we're getting to an hour, if we're getting to the point where we can't find a Mafia first day, we might just want to start killing weak town.
I want to hear from Tim.
who?
He's been pretty
Like
quiet.
who? Who do you think is
actually, Tim hasn't said anything after the vote, pretty much. Right?
Can I just hear Neil's? Who do you put
Yeah,
at this
who
point on the
would
block?
you think is weak town? Who would you kill?
Right now, my weak town are Sasquatch and Bob. And, I mean, Alan, because he doesn't say much, but he's always pretty effective later. But we always give Alan crap for not talking, and he's always kind of weak first couple rounds. So, those three would be my weak town.
I would add Shindex in there too because he hasn't said much. either.
Oh, yeah,
He's been
totally
really
Shindex. I'm sorry.
quiet.
I thought I already included him in that list. I must have forgotten. Yeah, Shindex is totally weak town.
Okay, so I am town. I want to live. Sorry, my bad. That's my window's. It's really hot here. I leave my window open all
That's
day.
cool.
So.
Just keep going.
Yeah, I'm town. I want to survive, so I have reads. I have some really, I want to say some decent, good reads, but they're definitely, this is going to sound terrible. I just realized this is a terrible idea, but I definitely need them to go into day 2. Like, I do not want to reveal those reads right now. I am town. I want to live to the next round. That's why I don't want to do anything too aggressive, too crazy that's going to draw suspicion on me, or like have Mafia be able to bandwagon on me. Like I said, the only thing I wanted to say this round is I'm going to keep it simple. I feel like the people who did not vote for Kimball, they are good people to start looking at right now. The other thing is, since we can't vote Kimball, I'm okay with Sasquatch. It was inconsistent. It was weird. I'm not so okay. Like, I wouldn't vote Bob, but if I had 2 votes, I may vote Bob, but not really. I would just go pretty much Sasquatch right now. I think he's our best target at the moment.
I wanted to point out that what Shindigs just did is something that a lot of Mafia do, where they are more concerned with surviving than with helping town.
No, he said that. I mean, he's just saying
I want to live to round 2. I really want to live to round 2.
He's going to give us okay, but that's the thing. If he doesn't give us something great in round 2, then we can kill him.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not saying that we should kill Shindigs right now.
But
I just want to make sure that people that got noted by people is that
I would
his
say something on
motivation
this.
was survival, not helping town.
My
Because
motivation
good
is
Mafia
not-
will
my
always, or
motivation
good
is
town will
to
always
survive
kill
so I
themselves
can
to
help
save town.
I feel like I have some good reads right now, but I can't say them right now because you know why I don't say reads sometimes, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
It's because people change their play immediately when they hear the read.
Yeah.
So it's about
Did
coming
Neil
out.
vote for Kimball?
I did vote
Yes,
for
he
Kimball.
did.
Yes.
He did.
I was actually the first one to vote for Kimball. My hand was up
It
basically.
was-
No, Bregor was the first.
I was confused about that too.
Ryan had it up really
Yeah,
early.
Bregor's hand was up before the countdown.
Kimball,
started.
so
okay.
because so much is revolving around like who voted for you, who didn't, right? What's your read on everyone? I want to hear.
Okay, so regarding the vote or just in general, my read
Just
right
in general, give your reads on like everyone. Yeah.
All right, so I'm seeing 3 people who are kind of playing a little bit. So Ryan, Kayla, and Phil, who have all been kind of quiet for the last 20 minutes. Was it okay? So I can't even like read my notes. Okay, so Bregor hasn't been talking unless he's spoken to. He's been really, really, really quiet. He was backing up, or he was going against Kayla, and Phil was backing up Kayla earlier on when people were kind of talking about her. It seemed like a lot of town was saying that she's playing pretty normal, and it seemed a little suspicious that Phil would stick out like more so. So that's like the 3 that I'm watching right now is like my biggest possible Mafia reads. I don't really care about Gage right now because like even if we kill him, we're not gonna know whether he was Mafia or not. So like he seems like an okay lynch because he's weak, as opposed to killing other town that may be stronger. But I'm not in favor of lynching him yet. It really bothers me that both Shindigs and Bregor have been like really quiet.
Okay, how long?
After they
Okay, this is actually relevant to a read I have right now. How long has it been?
Like an hour?
It's been almost like an hour and a half. Should I set a time limit?
I want
Hour and 20 minutes.
Okay, so the point, this is going to sound really counterintuitive, but I wanted this day to drag on longer because my strongest read right now is actually Kayla. I think it's just okay. Hold on.
Kim.
I know this is going to happen. It's coming at me. But I just want to say
fair,
I have to.
You get on me when I don't rage, and you get on me when I do rage. And
But
I think
the time
I've
I got
been
on
playing
you when
pretty
you did-
pro
Kayla,
town this
when you-
game.
Kayla, when you did rage, I was Mafia, so I was trying to out you. Like
Yeah, because you're a cunt waffle. Thank you.
because I'm playing.
Really obvious.
Because
And
I'm
just so you
playing the
know,
game.
I'm
We
town,
need to talk
and I've been
about,
playing
like-
very pro town this whole game. So fucking step off me and give some actual reads, because it's pretty obvious I'm town.
Well, it's pretty obvious I'm town too. So I just
Really?
want
'Cause
to say,
this is
like,
what you just said. You just did is Mafia.
So
I'm not going to play this game. I'm just going to say, look, guys. I think we're all tired. I think we're all exhausted. And if Kayla is changing her play, that's fantastic. And like I said, Kayla, the last time I got on you for being ragey was when I was Mafia and I wanted to turn people against you. It's nothing against your play. I was playing as Mafia.
I wasn't being ragey, and it was so obvious you were being Mafia. So can you, like, seriously?
So Tim,
Well,
what is
I'm not going to. I'm not going to stop talking.
Because your read so far is that Kayla's suspicious. I want to hear more
Tim,
of it.
would you kill Sasquatch?
Why did it take an hour to flesh this out?
Why did it take an
But
hour?
yeah, you deflected to me before, didn't you?
Yeah.
I'm saying this because like I said, it took an hour to say this because it happens over an extended period of time, right? It's like not 5 minutes in the game and Kayla doesn't want to kill anyone. That's fine. That's normal. And if she wants to change, it's fine. I'm not saying I'm going to kill her. I'm afraid that I'm going to die. So I said I'm okay to kill Sasquatch.
But the thing is, Kayla gets... Even when Kayla...
The point of bringing it up now, okay, is to say that it's been an hour and something, and normally, if you want to go off that assumption, I know this is a flawed logic.
The
Can
last
I have a
time I
fucking
played,
moment?
no, because this is bullshit. The last time I played, you got on me for the same reason, and I didn't play for 2 weeks after that because I was so fucking mad at you for that bullshit. Hence why I haven't been doing it this game. Like, doesn't that fucking make sense, you little dickwad?
Okay, well,
Oh my God,
guys, I think you know,
insults, please.
guys, I think we know who here is actually trying to play the game right now. So I gave my read. I gave the reason why I waited so long. I would vote Sasquatch.
Mango, would you kill Sasquatch?
Then why did you even bring me up?
Yeah, what?
Oh no.
You gave us
Did you kill Carlton?
from that.
I'm so fucking confused right now.
Yeah, that didn't really help
Kimball,
anybody.
let me tell you, Kimball. Let me get it through your.
Eric has
mind
his
right
hand
now.
up.
No, everyone's agreeing with Kimball on this. That I don't see what he did, but except for Kayla.
Yeah, I don't see how that...
I'm telling you. Okay, look. I told you.
You could have said the read like, oh, it's an hour in. Kayla doesn't want to kill someone. Like that could have been a simple way of just.
Guys, okay, you just accused me for saying, oh, why you keep? Okay, Neil just accused me for saying, why are you keeping your reads to yourself until day 2, right? That's why I'm coming out right now, just in case. Like, I mean, people might just kill me because they roll a dice. Like, I don't think there's any good.
I mean, if somebody formaled you or something, you could have give your reads then. Like,
This has come up
that
multiple
much
times.
pressure.
But you're literally harping on something that's come up multiple times. We've had this conversation multiple times, and this
Can we just move on from this? This is not productive.
I'm done with this. Let's go.
I actually feel like this is actually really unfair to like. I'm actually trying to play Pro Town right now, and people are just siding with people yelling at me. I'm actually trying to get us to move on.
I'm not siding with anybody. I just want both of you guys to shut up and we can move on.
Here's the thing. I don't agree with Kayla's reaction because I don't like it when we take the game to this level. But I believe that she's town based on it. I have a strong suspicion of Tim and Phil.
That's interesting.
Really?
I'm gonna pummel Tim because he needs to talk. He gave us nothing. He piggybacked off of my reads of Kayla, which is fine. Like if he also thinks that Kayla is suspicious, unless I am just completely out of my gourd, he didn't actually give a single bit of evidence supporting why he thought it was her.
All right.
Unless I'm completely wrong. So I want to hear that evidence. And if you think it's in your best interest, I also want to hear some of your other reads that you can share with us before day 2.
Okay, well, like I said, the evidence I gave for this, and it could be wrong, so I'm not writing this in stone, is I waited this long because I wanted to test out the stamina theory, right? Is that if it goes on too long, Kayla might be pushing for us to lynch someone really quickly. Earlier on in the day, I repeat this over and over. I've been consistent. I say we should be looking at people who did not vote for Kimball because that's a really easy Mafia lynch. I voted and I was town. So that was and I even voted late. So people could have even counted the votes and gone for it. People voted late for that. Finally, I came out with it because, like you said, I don't want to be a bad town and hold stuff off until day number 2.
Okay, so you're assuming that Kimball is Mafia by saying that you think that the town is the people that voted.
No. I'm saying whether Kimball is okay. If Kimball was town, the Mafia, it's a really easy kill for Mafia, right?
Right.
I'm gonna assume people who voted for me is majority town. So that means Mafia. All we have to do.
What?
No, because
It's the
here's the thing:
opposite.
if you're Mafia, then like it's a good way to deflect. That's
Wait,
like
I have no idea what you mean. If you are town, Kimball, doesn't Mafia want to kill you?
Right.
Yes,
so
but
you
voted on
voting,
the ones.
Gregor voting, Neil voting,
I thought it was Mafia
Phil
voting
voting,
when I voted.
Keely voting.
This day is getting like record level long. If
This
you
is
guys
not
don't
getting
settle
record
anything,
level long.
Okay, if I have to be the one to get someone killed, I'm going to be very
It doesn't make any
pissed.
sense what you're saying.
Can we get a vote on Tim?
I'm just gonna say if nothing happens for the next 10 minutes, I'm just gonna make you all go to sleep. So.
I'm gonna say this.
I'm
if
okay
you
with
actually
going to
vote on
sleep,
me right now,
actually.
it's actually the dumbest thing you could possibly do. Okay, I'm not gonna say that.
So,
but I really don't.
I'm okay with
wanna
going to
die.
sleep because the only person I would vote off right now is Carlton, and I don't know if I could get a vote.
I just want to say for Carlton. Carlton should die. Yes.
So are we done with Tim? Are we happy? Because
no
I
way
still
Tim
feel
is
like he hasn't
Mafia.
really said much.
I want to throw support behind everybody that did vote for Kimball. I do not want to vote out day one. Tim is included.
I'm sorry. Who did you vote out? What did you kind of froze for a moment? I couldn't hear.
He's
you.
supporting everyone who voted for Kim.
I do not want to kill Phil, Neil, Tim, or Kiwi on day one.
Cool.
It's funny that like 2 of my biggest reads are in that list.
Because you're suspicious, Kimball. Like your suspicion meter is going off right
So
now.
are we going to sleep, or are we killing shindigs, or what are we doing, guys?
Sasquatch. Let's kill Sasquatch. He gave the weakest defense all day. I felt like actually good data.
I'm gonna rescind, but I'm not happy at all with like your defense and your reads, like, and why you've been quiet.
Mango, I trust your opinion a lot. You would rather sleep than kill Sasquatch.
Yes.
Well, I would rather vote
I'd rather
off
kill
Carlton
Carlton.
right now, but
Yeah.
I don't think people will vote on him first round.
Anyone who voted for Kimball should vote for Carlton because Carlton was defending Kimball and everything that Kimball was saying
want to
about
kill
me
either
and
Phil,
Kayla.
When did I ever
say
You know what? I form with
Carlton.
Carlton.
All right. There's a okay. All right. Carlton,
Okay.
hey, your defense.
So here's my defense. First of all, Phil's completely wrong right now. I never defended Kimball. I accused Eric. I said I didn't do the vote because I didn't like what Eric was doing. I never once said that I thought that Kimball was innocent. I said
Okay, you soft defended him. You agreed with what Kimball was saying about Tim and myself, at the very least.
About what?
Kimball says that I'm suspicious that I'm playing differently. You backed that up.
Yeah, I did say that you were playing differently. I also said that you were playing.
But what's
I
the
never once said
intent?
that I
The
thought-
intent that is that Kimball is Mafia and you're his partner. It's that simple.
Like, that's absolutely ludicrous. I never once actually said that I thought you were Mafia. I said that you were acting different.
So would you
That
kill
doesn't
Kimball?
actually mean anything.
Why didn't you vote for Kimball?
Because I didn't like how many times do I have to explain this? I didn't like what Eric was doing. I've said this like 5
What
times.
does Eric
already.
have to do with
What
it?
did that have to do with that?
Do people not listen to me when I talk? Like, I've explained this 5 times. Eric said that he thought you were suspicious, and then he turns around and supports you on your formal against Kimball, and I didn't like that. Why would somebody go, I think that that Phil's Mafia, but I'm going to go ahead and vote for whoever he thinks that he wants to formal. Like, why? That doesn't make sense to me at all.
It was like 5 seconds into the game, dude. I mean,
It doesn't matter. You still said it, and then like the next thing that comes from you is that.
Okay.
Well,
all right.
then who do you want to kill?
like I feel
still wanna
bad.
kill
I feel bad that happened, but like, I mean,
Yeah, I
you
see where you're coming from,
Like,
too.
I understand where you're coming from. Like, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but you kind of have to throw those like 30-second reads out the window, honestly. Like,
Then why do you ask people for theirs?
Well, because Ryan has always claimed that he had a read on Phil, so I wanted to hear what his read was.
So if Ryan had said something about Phil, that would have been important. But because you said something about Phil, it's not important.
No, not really. I mean, it would just been something to get the conversation started.
Why is Carlton so defensive? I don't
Because you
understand.
guys are going to vote me out right now.
Carlton doesn't usually seem so
we had
aggressively
both
defensive.
We have 2 vets accusing him that want to lynch him.
Here's my reads right now, because every single time it keeps going back. This is what you keep bringing back up right now. I'm still suspicious of Kimball. I didn't vote for him. Doesn't mean I'm not suspicious of him. Doesn't mean that I can't agree with him on certain people. I think that every time the conversation goes to Gage, it's getting deflected. I've been trying to keep track of who's deflecting off of him, and it's like there's so many people, like it doesn't even matter.
Isn't it only Mango? I didn't think anybody else was
No,
really.
a lot of-
only one that's defended him.
Every time the conversation goes to you, Gage, like there's like 5 different people that kind of like bring up other points and don't really let the conversation like get to where it
Well,
needs to
because
go.
I think it's because the reason for lynching me is just that I'm being a bad talent. It's not that people think I'm Mafia.
Right, but like I just want people to note that. So like if everybody like votes me out, I want you to remember like Gage right now seems to be like the easy target. Like a lot of people are trying to get him out. But at the same time, a lot of people
It's
are
too
trying
easy.
to get attention off of him.
Right, and that's why I was suspicious of
Not
Tim.
too
He
easy.
went off on Gage after he tried to go for Kayla, and that.
But the thing about Tim though, like Tim to me, like I don't agree with what he was saying about Kayla. I've already said that I came out in support of Kayla and the way she was acting, but I don't agree with Tim what he said. But I think that Tim's acting very talented. I think that we've been in this position before, myself included, where Tim's kind of done this, where he's been kind of quiet, and all of a sudden he comes out and he's very vocal against somebody, and I've called him out on it before, and I've been like totally wrong.
Yeah, but he went on her, and then when he realized that he wasn't making any points against her, he quickly jumped to the easy target.
Okay, Eric, I will actually, if given the opportunity to talk, I can talk for quite a bit about why I want to post a video.
Okay, all right.
That's a formal on Carlton.
I'm not.
Yeah, so if no one has anything else to say, we're just gonna go vote. Okay, all right. Rob is the last person to say anything. No one will be able to say anything after him.
All I want to say was that I was comfortable with either sleeping. I said I will either sleep, lynch Sasquatch, or lynch Phil, and then Mango instantly right after that formal Carlton. That was the sequence of events. Right after I said I wanted to kill either Phil or Sasquatch. I'm not voting for Carlton.
Okay, all right.
Everyone should vote for Carlton.
I have one last thing to say.
Mafia, you vote for Carlton.
No. We're just gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Okay.
Can I say one quick thing before it goes to vote? Because Eric, like you keep saying the read on Phil was in the initial game. The last thing that you said, your two reads for Mafia were Tim and Phil.
Yeah.
So obviously you still have that suspicion against Phil.
Okay, yeah. So like the first 5 seconds was just a stupid thing.
Okay,
but
yeah.
As the game developed, I'm suspicious. The reason I'm suspicious of them is because they're the 5 that voted, and I'm not sold on Kimball yet. So I honestly think the 5 that voted, somewhere in there is at least 2 Mafia.
Okay, all right. Okay, we're gonna do the vote now, and if it fails,
that's why I wanted to go for one of those 5. That's a safe.
Listen to the mod. Listen to the mod.
Mute everyone, Neil. Mute everyone.
It's going to vote. You're going to see something.
Okay.
I'm not Mafia. Just pay attention to who votes. But...
Okay, all right. All in favor of voting up Carlton? 3, 2, 1. Raise your hands. That doesn't pass. Wow. Okay, y'all going to sleep.
Yes, no. Wait. I vote to lynch the mod. Fuck.
Oh my god, what a day, guys.
You're sleeping, Kiwi.
What a day. Jesus. Okay, I need to go make some more hot cocoa, and I will be back.
All right, tell me who to kill. Yeah. Hi. Yeah, everyone take their bathroom breaks.
I will bathroom break as well.
Go for it. I'm just too small and helpless. No one will listen to small Asian boy. So sad.
Asians of esports.
Who said I have really open eyes? I actually know someone who his eyes are so small that his teachers every day call him out for sleeping. Okay, got that. Okay. Okay, all right. Let's keep these days short because I do have school tomorrow. So everyone wake up. I think everyone's back. Everyone should be back, right? And
everyone wake up with the exception.
Everyone wake up with the exception of Eric,
who's not here.
He's not here anyway. So
lovely.
All right.
So
wait.
Wait, where did Phil go? Phil didn't say anything. Phil didn't tell me he was doing anything.
Sorry, I'm back.
Okay, all right.
Can we please keep it civil and just move on? Please? I'm starting to feel like
kill
Mondays.
yourself, Alan. I'm just kidding.
It's starting to feel like Mondays, and I'm going to kill myself. So please.
Okay, I'll come out of the gate. I'll come out of the gate for this one. So
we still need Neil.
All right.
Sorry, I was making
Yeah,
cocoa.
okay.
I was just out in the kitchen.
All right, I want to come out of the gate today because I was actually really suspicious of Eric, but now that he's exonerated, like, shit, like you were right about Carlton because I actually did not want to go on Carlton. I did not want to go on Carlton because he was just quiet the whole game. It's not worth a day one lynch. I would have much rather go on Sasquatch. But now that Eric has died, it's like puts a lot of suspicion on Carlton. You know, just from like the gut read.
Here's what I think. I don't think. Okay, Eric was saying that we should look at the people who voted to lynch Kimball.
Yeah.
So Eric was saying, let's look at Phil, Neil, Tim, Kiwi, and myself. That either means that the Mafia wanted to silence him, or that the Mafia are pulling a meta play, and they wanted to make it look like one of those members in the group were Mafia.
I feel like if, if they weren't in there, they would just leave him to be alive so he can get one of you guys killed.
Well, he did. I don't think he had a lot of.
He wasn't
backing
pushing
with
that strongly. He wasn't. It wasn't like a super.
Yeah, he didn't have
push.
a lot of steam with that.
His last,
Yeah.
some of his last words were one of those two of those 5 are Mafia.
Right.
And then he said Tim and Phil.
Why is Eric's death? What does that implicate me?
Like I said, just I'm not saying I'm okay. I want to make this clear. I would not vote on Carlton right now, but just as a heuristic that I can play day 2 off of, so I have something to go off of. It's just you know, you kill the people who are going after you. That's all.
Are all your day 1 reads dead now with Eric being gone? Like, as you said, you were really suspicious of him, and you didn't.
Carlton.
Hey Phil.
No, I was never really suspicious.
By the
of
way,
Carlton.
I want to go on Kimball again. Kimball is who I want to lynch today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Really?
just about
Still?
to say there's no reason not to kill Kimball.
Why? Like, there's so much more going on that doesn't
Because
involve
I
you.
trust in my day 1 read. I trust in my day 1 read.
Yeah.
Day 1
I
reads
feel
are
okay.
the worst.
I trust in Ryan's day 1 read too.
So
Day 1 reads aren't really that bad.
So
Pretty
we
good.
still got nothing from Tim. We got that he thought Kayla was an hour long. He was convinced that if she was Mafia, she would try hard to lynch someone before an hour. That's the only thing we've gotten on Tim, and now like he's saying that Eric is like his other strong thing.
I think we should stop pushing.
He's giving his names. He's not giving us reads. He's not
I'm
giving us
pretty
connections.
convinced. I'm pretty convinced on Kimball. Okay.
Okay, so before you do that, I want a formal fill. Okay, here's why. I want to reflect on what Rob said that right after Carlton, Phil formaled Carlton, that he said something about either Gage and sleeping, and then Mango jumped in that what was it you said, Rob? I'm sorry. Right before you said it right after Phil.
I know what I said. I want to see, because if this is pointed formal, I want to know what it is.
So Phil is my number 1. I'm kind of actually softening up on Kayla and Brigor as being part of that group, and I'm seeing Phil, Mango, and Tim. Phil is my biggest suspicion of those, and he's been he played the weirdest day 1. So I want to formal him and get his reads on what's going on because he hasn't talked much either.
Okay, so I don't get it. Why are you formaling Phil and not Tim?
Because Phil is still my biggest suspicion, and I want to do that before Tim formaled me. Because I wouldn't get to talk to Phil at all.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Then
because you're good at deflecting too.
let's break this down. We'll start with what Shindig said about you on the day 1, and that it's very likely the Mafia were not voting for you. That's because there's 5 people voting for you, and if you're a town, the Mafia could have easily put that over. So if you're a town, then your suspicion should be on me, Tim, Ryan, Neil, and Kiwi. Us as a Mafia team doesn't make very much sense, though. If you're of the opinion Kimball is town, then us 5 are somewhat the Mafia. Otherwise, because if only one of us was Mafia, they would have pushed the lynch over. The other alternative is that you are indeed Mafia, which is what I think most people believe. So back to what Shindig said about, okay, the people who are not voting for Kimball as where the Mafia are. I think the most suspicious people are definitely Carlton, and Bob. Carlton we've already discussed about, but Bob hasn't really done anything this game. I'm very suspicious of Neil as well, even though he was voting for Kimball. I pointed this out on day one, how Neil said that he wasn't sure about my gut read, but then decided to vote for you. I feel like maybe he just changed his mind just because he wanted to try to blend in. But other than that, Neil has not been very helpful. And I think Neil's very talkative when he's town, but I haven't played with him when he's town very much. Don't talk, Neil. I'm talking. It's my defense.
All right, that was the formal, right? Okay. All right, I'm keeping track. I mean, if there's nothing else to say, we might just move to a vote.
No, I'm still talking. Thank you.
Okay. All right, sure.
Okay. So I don't think that Sasquatch was Mafia because the vote on him was way too easy. Too many people jumped on and on the wrong places. I wasn't convinced by his defense. I think this was especially seen when I asked Mango, and he was like, I don't think I would kill him. I think that definitely speaks lots of words for a bunch of us. That everyone was kind of like, I think maybe, but I'm not sure. And that hesitancy is not good. And that tells me that Sasquatch is not Mafia, and that the vote to get him killed would definitely not pass, and it shouldn't pass at all. I don't think Rob is Mafia, but that's just a feeling. Phil and Alan, I don't think are Mafia because they were hesitant to vote Kimball. The only reason they didn't was because I was the one who started the vote. That tells me they wanted to kill Kimball out of suspicion, but just because I started it, they, hesitated with their vote. So it's reasonable to think that a Mafia team of Carlton, Kimball, Bob, and Neil is very likely. You could substitute out one of those for maybe Rob, maybe Ryan, but doesn't seem likely. Like those four, you kill those four, we're going to get somewhere.
Carlton, Kimball, Bob, and who was the last one? I'm sorry. Okay.
All right, so let's go ahead with a vote on Phil.
Yeah, okay. All right. All in favor of voting off Phil, raise your hands. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, vote doesn't pass. Phil is...
I look suspicious.
Formal on Kimball.
Okay, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, before... Oh, fuck. All right, go ahead. Fuck.
So do you want to give accusation or?
Wait, can you resend it really fast? Because.
Fine, resend.
All right. I just want to bring something up. So, I'm assuming this vote is going to go through, and there's a good chance that he's going to be voted off. I just want to lay some strategy for next round. Hypnotist. I don't know why you haven't used your power yet, but please do on someone like that's like polarizing. That will give the the rest of the town like really good information. And Cop should probably come out next round too. I'm assuming you better have gotten a Mafia check by now because that's the third check. So, and that's all I have to say.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and formal him. Wait, Kiwi, go ahead.
I have one quick thing. I wanted to know who agrees with the general idea that perhaps on day 2 that one Mafia is worth one cop. Who agrees?
I don't think you have to even out the cop. I'm surprised the hypnotist didn't do a roll to set people on a straight path of where we were heading on the right or wrong path. I don't think we have to necessarily out the cop. And I think with 3 cop checks, you could possibly have more information than just one cop, one Mafia, because you get confirmed town if they got one Mafia, which does influence decisions and discussions.
Yeah, I'm seriously pissed that the vote didn't do anything.
I had somewhere I wanted to go with this, but
I thought that was just a general question. Go.
I wanted to see if do people agree with that sentiment that one cop, one Mafia?
Well, I think if you checked an important person that is like doing something, maybe you could argue that.
So if Cop checked me though and got his town read, it would help me a lot and to not get lynched. But I don't know that I can
also
actually
help a lot
advocate the
to
cop coming
out-cop
out.
for you,
Yeah, I
Mafia
don't think I can advocate it. So I'm not because I'm like if I was Cop, I would have checked me last night. Or well, if I was me, I would have checked Phil, obviously. But since a lot of people were really suspicious of me, like I seem like a reasonable check for Cop. So obviously, like if that happened, they know I'm not town, and I'm not sure how they can use that productively to help town without outing themselves. Which, if they got a night 1 read, I think one Mafia and like one town that is a possible lynch is enough.
Okay, so is that his formal defense? If so, we're just gonna.
No, I got unformaled. It got rescinded, right?
Oh, okay.
I mean, so I haven't been reformaled.
Who formaled it?
Dorzark did.
Dorzark did.
Reformal.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So, I mean, do you have anything else to add, or?
No.
Okay.
He can just go straight to his defense.
So, this is a tough position to be in because you get called out for like posture and reads on not how you're playing, but like, just general the gut reads, and those are really hard to defend, and they're really hard to substantiate as well. So I feel like I've been playing like at a disadvantage from day one. So I tried to be as like proactive with what I thought day two before I got lynched. So I really want to reiterate, and I want Cop to think about this too. Phil has been gunning for me. He was gunning for Carlton. He was saying things in his formal that like contradicted fact. It wasn't necessarily like, oh, I think you're being suspicious because of this. Like, no, you shouldn't think that. It was like he was saying things that did not actually happen. And he's still like my number one read. The fact that Mango seems to be backing up his path as well puts a lot of suspicion on Mango. And I still have no freaking clue what Shindigs is doing. I don't believe any of his discussion has had valuable information that he's talked about. He's talked about two people only, which were Kayla and Eric was dead after he did it. Day one, he said how like he had this big thing that he wanted to wait till day two, and then there was nothing. So he survives. So look at those three. Those are my three biggest Mafia reads. Again, I think Bregor, I put some heat on day one, and like I don't see the connections in that anymore. Along with Kayla, it was just some early stuff. Like I think she hasn't really been doing much day two either. Kiwi, I still think is town. Rob, I think is town. And then, well, again, I don't really know much about Alan and Sasquatch. So those are my reads. I understand that like basically Mafia has twisted me into a way where I'm the scapegoat and they're going to get what they want. But, day two, like I'm the first lynch. So it's not that bad for town. Just play smart and keep going. And if you really feel you have to kill me, then, don't let my dying words be in vain.
Okay. All right. With that being said, let's go to a vote then. All in favor of killing Kimball? 3, 2, 1, go. All right, Kimball.
All right, I'm gonna go to the store. I might be back by game 2, but I'm gonna leave. This.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Bye, Kimball. All right. So, everyone do your thing. Mafia, kill somebody. Cop, check. Hypnotoad. Vigi. Where is this thing? Where? Oh, right. I was supposed to. Someone asked me when everyone was asleep what NYU was like. It's pretty fun.
You go to NYU?
Yeah, I go to NYU. I go to the business school here, studying finance for God knows why.
What year are you?
I'm a junior.
Oh. Do you know Zephyr Prime?
Is he that, did he play on like CSL or something?
Yeah, then he went back to Korea for some reason.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Can we not
yeah.
have conversations with the players during the night phase, please?
Okay, yeah, sure. But yes, I did. I think I did know Zephyr Prime. Okay, all right. So it seems like everyone's done their thing. So how about everyone wake up except for Mango?
Phil Slot. So Phil, I'm Mafia and Storzer's Mafia and Neil's Mafia.
Your camera just broke up. Did anyone else have it?
Wait, what just happened?
Wait, what just happened? I think the internet spiked or something.
What did Carlton say?
Who?
Kiwi has ambient noise.
I just got lag. Did anyone else get lag?
Nope.
No.
So
again,
what did Carlton come out and say?
No, I'm kind of here's what Phil said last time. Phil said that I was Mafia, Storzer was Mafia, and that Neil was Mafia. That's what you said last round, right?
I think that makes the most sense. Yeah.
Hey, okay. It doesn't seem like it's lagging
Dude,
anymore.
when you
Can
said
I-
it first, you didn't say Phil said it. It sounded like you got hypnotized.
Yeah.
No, I said Phil said it.
I'm with Ryan on this one. It sounded
Carlton
like
just say I
Please,
am
game.
Mafia? I missed it.
Can I speak, please?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm the cop. Carlton is Mafia. I checked Ryan. Ryan is Town. I checked Tim. Tim is Town. And then the order was
who's
Ryan,
Mafia?
Tim, and then Carlton.
Absolutely not.
Oh, this Mafia you said?
No.
Yes, Carlton is Mafia. I'm Town.
No, Gage is Gage is not. There's no way Gage is cop right now. There's no way.
Is there anyone wants to claim?
There has to be somebody.
Damn.
Ryan, then Tim, then Carlton. It's the order.
I'm not drunk enough to counterclaim, so I'm not going to do it.
Thank God.
I want to trust him,
So-
but both Tim and Ryan's reactions lend to not trusting him, which is
We're
a problem.
happy.
Don't trust him. He's not cop.
The reason why I put pressure on Ryan when I was like being like kind of formal in the sense that I was just giving information was to see who would back going after Ryan because I knew Ryan was Town. So, yeah.
Why didn't you wait? Because it sounded to me like Carlton was hypnotized and just admitted it.
But he wouldn't call it his other Mafia members, would he?
No, he could say that. He could just make it up.
sounded like what he was trying to do was say that he would say his hypnotization thing
you allowed to
by
do
trying
that?
to act
Yes,
like.
you just fucked it up, Gage.
Yeah,
I honestly
It's
didn't
okay.
think
It's
Carlton-
okay. It's actually okay. It's a good confirm. It's a good confirm.
It's
It's
fine.
not. It's not a good confirm.
Kill Carlton.
It's not a good confirm. Gage is not cop.
I am the
Okay,
cop.
well, no one counterclaimed.
Formal
Formal
Carlton.
Carlton.
Wait. We need game plan. We need game plan.
Oh, that's true. It's in,
Also,
it's in,
hold on.
it's in.
Before we kill him, we should figure out. Should we figure out whether or not we have a hypnotism left?
Or they have to be alive.
Do we think that he was hypnotized? Is my question.
Can someone recite what he said? My internet was lagging when it
I'm
happened.
positive that the first time he came out, he said, "I am this, and Storzerg is this, and Neil
Yeah,
is this."
that's
And
what
then
he
the
did. He's
second
like, I'm
time,
Mafia, this
when
person's
somebody
Mafia.
said, "I lagged," and then he said, "Oh, this is what you said."
Yeah.
But the
Phil said
first time
it.
he said it, he said
That's
it.
what I did.
Okay,
Yeah,
well I
didn't hear
couldn't.
the
I
second
couldn't. My thing was fucking up, so I couldn't hear him really well. So I had no clue. Like I just heard the additions of Bob and who else did he say? So I thought he was like just like saying shit. Like I thought what he repeated after was what he said.
I think he was being really clever about a hypnotism.
He was being very
'Cause
clever.
I had the same
thought
issue
you
as you.
just
I
had
couldn't
to
hear
say-
everything properly.
Like I literally thought with the hypnotist, because the last game I played, I think there was a hypnotist, but he died really quick. I really just thought you had to say I am Mafia. Like you had to say those exact
you can say the words, but then you can just make up whatever you want. Like it doesn't matter after that.
Right. It adds more interest into it like this.
Okay, so if I did fuck it up, then I'm sorry. But
it's fine. It's fine.
No, this is
I mentioned Phil the first time too. It's convenient that some people didn't happen to hear that.
You did do it really soon after waking up.
People that didn't hear
I
it
did because Phil was still alive, and I'm tired of him still being alive at this point.
Do we want the Hypnotoad to come out so we get like less people to look at later?
Well, the Hypnotoad's gonna die tonight.
No.
I'm gonna die.
Sasquatch is dying.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm dead. I got the cop claimed after this. Sorry.
Go ahead and let him claim against me, because then we know another Mafia.
I think Hypnotoad coming out, I think it helps town the most, which would be a pro town play.
Yeah, I don't think it matters.
It
whether he
only
comes out
helps
this
town.
round
It
or
only
next
helps
round.
town if we're doubting Sasquatch.
No.
It's not having a confirmed town.
It narrows.
That was a total Mafia thing to say.
I think it narrows it down because you're going to die tonight. Hypnotoad will probably die tomorrow night, but then we've got like confirmed town.
You have a confirmed town for all of tomorrow.
Yeah, and then we've got the counterclaim aspects. Like if someone comes out and then wait, oh shit, that's
I would agree with you if we had nobody to lynch today.
No, it gives a buffer for who they're gonna probably kill the following.
Here's what I want to know. Gage,
Mafia's gonna kill
Mafia
Sasquatch tonight. Mafia's gonna kill Sasquatch tonight.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Sasquatch is still going to be alive because Sasquatch is Mafia. Mafia's not can't kill Sasquatch.
I thought Phil was cop before you came out. I thought Phil was
Don't tell
cop.
me to shut up.
Are you seriously? I thought Kiwi was cop.
No, I thought Phil
I was here to roll with
Ryan, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to say, Ryan?
I wanted to know how you felt about how you feel about Phil.
Yeah.
Tell me your feels.
What?
Well,
Everybody's just drunk tonight.
Mango is obviously Mango is when I came out today, my plan was to make sure Mango was confirmed town too, because even though I didn't check him, it was fairly obvious, and he was protecting me, so he was one of the only people not to go after me. But other than that, my feels are kind of out there.
One of the only people not to go after you except me. You can completely forget about that after you accuse me.
Kayla, when I was like pressuring, when I was being like fake, formal but not like actually formal, just for information, and I was accusing Ryan, and that was who I suspected. Kayla did go after Ryan, but it's kind of hard to read that because I don't know if that's just like Kayla going after Ryan or
technically he went after her first.
Yeah, he went after
Kayla,
me.
Kayla is very much so a vendetta.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like
I've been Mafia
Is Ryan
once.
lagging for anyone else?
Ryan's lagging.
Okay.
Ryan, you lagged. Can you repeat yourself?
Yeah, I was saying Kayla is very much like a if you go after me, then I'm suspicious of you type of person.
Yeah,
So, I don't think you can read town or Mafia as that.
I have a question with Gage, just to confirm the checks. It was me as town, Ryan
It
as
was
town.
Ryan first night.
Okay.
Tim, you were the second night, and you had a lot of pressure on you, so I checked you.
Yeah.
Sure. Just Carlton.
So I think that we should get a Hypnotoad out as a buffer.
Wait. Hey, let me keep talking.
Okay.
Well, Hypnotoad can come out tomorrow morning.
Yeah, let Sasquatch keep talking so we can keep.
No, what if he dies?
Lying to you.
So Bob,
It's gonna be
Bob is the person I'm the most suspicious of. Other than that, I don't really have any read on Rob, Kiwi, or Phil. Those are the the other people. So, but I mean, it's at this point it's kind of narrowed down. I think a lot. So I don't know. I really do think Bob is Mafia.
Big town circle. If we get Hypnotoad, that's pretty much
that's a big town circle.
game, right?
Yeah, I think Hypno should come out.
Agreed.
Personally,
I don't see the difference of them coming out now and coming out tomorrow.
Either way, it doesn't matter, but might as well get it out of the way now, so there's no like.
So we can get everybody's reads with the cop still alive.
Okay, so if
Why
you're
not?
Hypnotoad and you don't feel comfortable with coming out, we're pretty much forcing you to come out as town, right?
Yeah, don't fuck us.
Yeah.
The people that
don't
engage.
bother coming out.
If Hypnotoad used their ability on Carlton,
that's what
they
I was
should
going to
say
ask.
so, right?
Oh wait,
if
no.
they use their ability on Carlton, they should say so.
If it was
they
Mango,
didn't, I don't think they should come out because they still have their ability.
I mean that's a fair point that
Hey,
I didn't consider.
if it was Mango, would it still have worked on Carlton? Is my question. Okay,
It would
so
not have.
They both have to be alive. They both have to be alive.
So if no. If Hypnotoad hasn't shot, it probably doesn't matter because they're killing Cop anyway. Hypnotoad's not dead tonight. You're safe tonight. It's
It
free
means
to
we
come out.
have to guarantee
Hold
to
on.
use Hypnotoad.
Could be doing
That's fine. That's
Also,
perfect.
maybe
That's no
Hypnotoad didn't actually. I mean, because Hypnotoad should have come out by now. So maybe they're not coming out because they didn't actually hypno someone.
Possibly,
what I'm
but
saying
I mean,
is if you haven't hypnotized someone, you're not dying tonight. Gage is dying tonight. Use it tonight. You may as well. Like, are you waiting for more value? That's just greedy.
Says the cop who sat on 2 Mafia for a couple of rounds
I
and
didn't
then
sit
got
on
killed.
2 Mafia.
Sat on 2 Mafia.
Okay, so
I'm speaking from experience then, because I was greedy as fuck.
here's what I think. I think we should decide as a town if we believe Gage is cop or not, and then we should just go ahead with his. Well, we should either lynch Carlton or Sasquatch tonight based on what we feel. And I personally believe that he's cop, and I want to kill Carlton.
No, yeah, we should be killing Carlton. There's no reason not to kill Carlton.
Yeah. There's every reason not to kill him because I'm
there's
town.
no other claim. So.
But it's the most important reason.
Okay, here's the thing. This is weird now because that means the hypnotist did not come out. I mean, did not use it. So it was just weird.
Well, that's not true. We've had situations where somebody just doesn't agree with us, and
Oh, really? I've never been in there. Sorry.
they do their own thing.
Let's
Everyone
make
agrees with
Hypnotoad the focus of conversation then. Does everyone agree that Hypnotoad should come out?
I'm saying if you're not coming out right now, it's kind of like a dick move to town right now.
Seriously, I'm getting
Because
pissed.
you're safe. You're not dying tonight. And just
Why don't we just go around asking if everybody's that? Well, if they would.
Yeah, let's invite somebody to fake claim hypnotist now. That's a great idea.
Okay, well they could have fake claimed it regardless. Like, come on,
Eric came back from the dead to laugh.
totally fake claim it regardless.
Well, it doesn't matter. The window's
I mean, it's
closed,
like
so-
asking. It's like asking if you're town. Okay. Yeah.
Look.
No,
Here's
it's not
what I
like
think.
engaged because you get somebody to fake claim hypnotist and then you piggyback on that and you vote me out.
Here's the thing. I think the window's closed. So the hypnotist, you're kind of screwed right now. The fake claim.
Yeah, I hate
plays
you,
out there.
whoever you
Don't
are. I
bother
hate you.
claiming.
Don't bother.
All right, should
You're
we
gonna die.
examine? Should we examine Carlton's connections and then vote him?
Do it.
Well,
We have a Vigi.
So, Phil, you were saying that Carlton was connected
That-
to.
What was that about Vigi? What was that about Vigi?
I didn't claim Vigi, but
No, he didn't claim.
does Vigi is Vigi in the same position then?
Yeah, why not? We may as well get a huge town circle and just win the game,
Well,
right?
Vigi is different
Yeah.
because we don't know. We know that if they're alive, they didn't shoot, right? Whereas Hypnotoad
Yeah.
pretty much did use it already.
But you can
But
find
we just
can
agreed it
make- you
didn't
can make
matter.
a town circle. Like
yeah, make a town circle.
me,
Sasquatch.
me,
Well,
Ryan,
here's
and
the
Timber
thing.
Town.
Is
If
it
we add
worth?
more people to it?
There's a
Is it
Vigi
worth-
in this game?
Guys,
I thought it was
yeah,
just
there
Hypnotoad.
is.
Okay.
No, so
So-
if we have a Vigi, is it worth the Vigi? I'm just going to propose it. Worth Vigi coming out. The Vigi shoots Carlton at night. We expand our town circle because they're going to kill Gage no matter what. If Hypnotoad is still in and
Why
Vigi
would we
is still
leave
in,
Carlton alive?
Why would we
you would
who would we
shoot him
lynch
with the
then?
Vigi. No, you'd shoot him with the Vigi.
would
I just
we-
said.
what would
No,
we
if the
vote
Vigi
then?
is alive, we have no. Unless the
I
Vigi
said.
comes out right now.
All right, I'm not sure if anyone was listening. I said if the Vigi were alive, it doesn't make sense for the Vigi to come out because the Vigi comes out, shoots Carlton at night, and we could have an extended cat town circle with having an official Vigi out as town.
But who
And
do we
then-
lynch then?
The thing is,
We can either
the thing is
sleep
that
or
makes no sense because
Or Lynch. I think I'd rather Lynch, but I'm
why,
suggesting.
okay, if we have a town circle, why would we waste a shot on Carlton on a whether or not confirmed Mafia? But
Somebody
we
could
are
fake-
going to lynch. We are going to lynch Carlton.
It was a
So we should use the
proposal.
Vigi shot on
No,
someone who's not in the
here's what I
circle.
think.
Theory crafting every day on different things, so I was just proposing it because we never
Okay.
had a Vigi and Hypnotoad dynamic before.
Rob,
I was putting it up.
couldn't somebody just fake claim Vigi anyway and say they shot Carlton? Yeah,
Well,
and
then,
then-
they'd be guaranteed dead the next day because
No, they can't.
No.
Well, they could. Yeah, they could actually. Yeah, they could.
Yeah, as soon as Carlton dies in the night, they're like, "Oh, I'm the Vigi, guys."
Wait, why would you suggest
No, because
Wait,
you get a
no.
counterclaim.
See, look at this guy.
Counterclaim.
When Carlton dies in the night, he's already
If we
called
have
me
a
out as
fake
Mafia.
name-
How can he
No.
even suspect that like I
Carlton,
would
your
die in the
defenses
night?
are the weakest defenses I've ever heard.
Yeah, Carlton.
Like-
Okay, look, guys. So here's the
There's
thing.
no
like,
way, Neil. Like, are you kidding me right
They'll
now? Like,
use-
Gage just said that I could live through the night when he thinks that I'm Mafia. Like,
no,
guys,
no, you're not.
they're gonna
We're
kill him
voting you
tonight.
out.
Can we like
Guys,
anesthetize him so he can't talk for the rest of the round while we do that over him?
We could
So,
just kill him.
I use my silencer power on Carlton.
Do we have a
Let's
formula?
Move on.
let's
DNF, is there a formula in Carlton?
No one is formal to
We're
me.
All right,
talking
wait,
now,
let's
we're talking
let's
now.
talk
So,
about his
here-
connections and
here's
then
a
kill him.
question.
Nothing to talk about.
Sasquatch,
There's lots to
if
talk
you
about.
die tonight, tell
Why
us
is there
who
nothing
you
to talk
think is
about?
in your extended town circle. When I say extended, those who you're not 100%
Your
sure.
gut read. Okay.
I think Neil is the only other one, but I really don't have an extended town circle, to be honest with you.
Neil, the only other one, Mafia?
No, the only other person I would put in the extended town circle.
That's Town.
But that's literally just because he's been telling Carlton to shut up. But also I could see Neil, like going against Carlton now because it's 100% sure Carlton is Mafia.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna don't put me in a town circle for banging on Carlton. Everyone thinks Carlton is Mafia. That's don't do that.
I know. No. That's why I just clarified at the end. But anyway, really, I don't have an extended town circle.
So we talk about
I just think Bob is Mafia.
Carlton had.
Yeah, Phil, you had some ideas, although I didn't. Well, I was in one of those ideas, so I'm not super fond of them. But you and Mango were pretty hard on Carlton.
Yeah, I mean, Storage is a much higher priority than you are, just because of you voted for Kimball.
Thanks.
But it still stands to reason that you really haven't done or said much this entire game.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that
I
fill
think
that
we
void
can
more
all-
than I do. But
yeah.
whatever. Whatever. We'll get there when we get there.
I think it's pretty simple. Vigi has an idea of who they want to shoot based on if we're trusting Phil and Sasquatch.
Or if the Vigi's alive.
If the Vigi's alive, yes. They have a good idea of who they can shoot. And we have a good idea who we want to lynch today. I think...
Good idea?
A great
okay,
idea.
You're gonna nitpick on that, really?
Well, it was...
I don't know. You made a lot of comments like that.
Yeah,
I
you
thought.
kept trying to move it along. Like I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm really suspicious about.
I mean, we have a nice person to kill. There's no reason to rush it. We should, savor our appetite.
Bob likes to do that, though. He throws himself under the bus all the time.
It's cold under there.
So
Yeah. Kiwi has
we
his
keep going
hand up.
back to talking about Carlton's connections, but
Kiwi,
we
what do
never
you got?
actually talked about them. Phil, can I hear Phil talk about Carlton's connections, please?
Kiwi has his hand
No,
up.
We would like Kiwi talk first.
Neil's very polite. I can wait.
No. Well,
I got strong arms.
I would like to hear someone say something of value rather than talking a bunch of meta crap.
Well, Kiwi can go first. That's fine.
Okay, my thoughts are, if you have a town roll, you should come out. If we get an extended town circle going, say if we get either Vigi or Hypnotoad or both to come out, it's pretty much unlosable. If we get one, that's a really good position for town. We should be making the most of our town rolls right now. It's not guaranteed win, because there's 11. If both come out, then it's 5 and 5, because we killed Carlton tonight. But it's really good for town.
If we get Vigi and Hypnotoad, in addition to the cop and the 2 confirmed town, that only leaves 6 people. So that makes it 4 on.
Assuming the
that makes it 4 on
confirmed
6.
town are not a roll, you're assuming that the town checks are not a roll.
Oh yeah, I was assuming that actually. Okay, yeah. So, but let's play this one step at a time. Assuming the 2 current town checks are not a roll, that makes 4 confirmed town, 6 unconfirmed town, and one of them is a confirmed Mafia. Right, one of them is a confirmed Mafia. So
That's true. It wouldn't
4
make
and
sense if
5
they're
is
confirmed town to
really
come
fucking
out
good
if
odds,
there's something.
guys.
I think Vigi should come out. No, guys, this is the point I was making. Vigi should definitely come out right now if Vigi is still alive, because you can't fake claim Vigi because you're just going to die the next day. There's no reason why a town would fake claim Vigi. The Vigi shoots Carlton, and then we could use a lynch on someone else with more information. What's that?
Yeah.
Who would we lynch?
I'd
though?
rather just straight lynch Carlton.
Yeah.
No, hold on. I have an idea, guys. This might work.
I just thought it was a point. I mean, disagree.
I actually have a solid idea here. So, this might only work assuming that the 2 other roles are not the 2 confirmed town. But in that situation, we have 4 confirmed town. We have, including
5.
Carlton. What?
5, because
5.
Gage is
I'm
still
sorry.
alive.
5. Yeah, 5. 5 confirmed town.
Plus, assuming yourself, if it's not you, then it's fucking 6.
No, each person that... Okay, let me just talk. Let me just talk.
You would know your town.
Just let me talk, okay? So if we have the 2 other power roles come out, we have conceivably 5 confirmed town, 6 non-confirmed town, one of who is a Mafia. We lynch Carlton. The Vigilante just randomly kills one of the others. Now we have 5 confirmed town, 4 unconfirmed town. And
So
that's
wait, you're
a fucking
saying
win. There's no, how could you lose that? Then we just lynch them off one at a time, and it's
What if
GG.
Vigi's already dead? What if Unctious was
That's
Vigi?
true. This is a
Or,
situation.
like,
I'm just
if
talking about a possible
Ryan or
situation.
Tim is one of them, then it makes no point to come out.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
If Tim or Ryan is one of the special roles, there's no point in coming out.
Well, then it would lower it to 4 to 4 after the random Vigi kill, which is still pretty good.
It's not necessarily true.
No,
that
they're
there's
already
no-
town. There's no point in coming out. Like it's
The only point would be to stop fake claims down the line.
Yeah.
That would be the only point. Which
I think that at this point, if they are alive in the game, they would have come out by now. I know that's a pessimistic thing to say, but like I trust whoever the Vigi and Hypno Toad is that, you know, if they wanted to come out by now, they would have already done so. And
if they wanted to,
anymore
they
is kind of
definitely would have.
If they came out by now, it'd be really suspicious. It could be Mafia doing a play, like.
Well,
Like, it doesn't mean they're not still
Mafia
live.
wouldn't claim Vigi because it's really easy to verify.
But they
That's
could
true.
claim Hypnotoad.
Well, yeah, that's different. And we already said the door closed on Hypnotoad a while ago.
But I mean, okay, so there
Like,
there is a
I-
Hypno live. So,
then talking
if
about
the Mafia, I mean, it's pretty clear that if the Mafia like claimed it, then the Hypno just comes out. Like even
I
though
mean,
he
we'll
hasn't
deal
already.
with it when the time
The
comes.
Hypno's not coming out. We just move on.
You can't come out now. You basically
Okay,
can't
so
come out.
look, we've talked a million times about coming out. We already know like all that shit. Let's talk about Sasquatch probably going to die. We're gonna kill Carlton.
Yeah.
All
What's
right,
next?
let's talk about Carlton's
Bob.
connections. Let's
Yes.
talk about his connections,
Yes, that's a great idea.
please.
Okay, so then with Gage, since we know that Ryan and Tim is Mafia, then this
Town.
almost
Town.
Sorry, since we know they're
Hey.
both town.
Slip.
Oops.
I have a-
Sorry. Sorry,
I have,
Tim.
I have a big question.
Yeah.
So when Mango formed Carlton, me and Mango voted. Somebody else did. Who was that?
Me.
Yeah, it was Phil, Mango, and Gage were the three votes against me.
Okay.
Was anyone with Carlton? Was anyone with
AFK?
Carlton?
This is on day
So
one.
Phil is now in my extended town circle.
Okay, so if we think back about the day one votes to the 5 people who voted for Kimball, we know that 2 of those people are
It was
confirmed
me,
innocent.
Phil, and Tim.
And Kiwi?
Right.
Kiwi.
Kiwi.
Neil and
And
Kiwi.
Neil.
So this
The
goes
only
back
one
to
out of those that feels a little suspect is Neil, but everybody else.
That's right.
feels
I agree with
Yeah,
that.
you know, everyone's always suspicious of me. So
But then both Alan and Kayla wanted to kill Kimball. They said he was suspicious, but because I was the one that started the vote,
That's not what I
Hey.
said. That's what Alan said. I just
Well,
said it was
you-
too rushed.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just
I
don't
didn't like the way
Phil.
you
I
went
just don't
about
like
it.
but you said he was
I don't
suspicious.
like you.
Not?
I thought he was suspicious, but I felt like
Okay.
we were going too fast on it. Like if we had like maybe poked around a little bit more and then went back to the vote, it would have passed the first day and we would have been awesome. But the way you pushed for it made me uncomfortable. I was still
Okay.
suspicious of you.
All right.
I think that
So
makes sense.
I think Kayla and Alan are like at least in the backseat, and then Storzerg, Neil, and Rob definitely the next.
I
set.
say we just follow Phil and Sasquatch's plan.
So kill Storzerg and Rob later is what you're saying.
Pretty
I'm
much.
fine. No,
Then
That sounded like the plan to me, Storg. Is that not what you heard?
they
That's
said
what I
I
heard.
would like Bob to die.
I mean, I think we should kill
fine.
Bob,
Rob, Neil, like
suspect.
it doesn't really matter. If Vigi is for some reason alive and still wants to shoot one of those 3, that's fine. But I don't understand why we're continuing discussion. I want to get this lynch over with and move on, and follow
That's
a set
so
plan.
Okay.
sketchy.
Yeah,
That's
let's
why.
get-
Is there anything else you want to
guys,
say?
guys, he's right. Let's get rid of Bob and let's have him dead. That's not helping
Wait,
him out.
is there anything else Sasquatch wants to say? Then we could. Sure.
No, I don't have any. I mean, I don't have anything else to say really.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Formal.
let's do the lynch. Let's kill him.
Formal.
Carlton.
Okay, there's a
Alright.
formal. Carlton, go.
Tell you right now, I'm not Moth. Like, what? I don't get a defense?
Dude,
right now?
You're allowed to
Get a
talk.
defense.
You're allowed to
No,
talk. I'm listening.
No,
We're
no,
not
Carlton
talking,
gets his
this is-
defense.
we're
Carlton, you know, guys, put your hands down. Carlton gets his defense.
I thought this
And
was
then you guys
America.
can raise your
I
hands
thought
if
this
you
was
want.
America.
Now this is the
Perfect.
Guys, guys, it's America, guys. Let
Listen, like, Gage is not cop. Like, he's completely got you, all of you guys fooled right now. He's not cop at all. Like, he's fake claiming. I can't believe like this is gonna happen because I defended him earlier. Like, just look at what happened. Like, he comes out, he says, "Oh, like Ryan's clean and Tim's clean." Like 2 people that have quite a few people have actually mentioned that have been acting weird. Phil's been going after this whole thing all the time. Like, like that would be my 4. I don't think we have anybody dead yet. I think it's Gage, Ryan, Tim, and Phil, and I think you guys are gonna lose. Like, this is just the stupidest thing ever right now that you actually believe it.
If you were actually in
I've-
town, you would have spoken up much earlier, and you wouldn't let us talk for 20 minutes about
I
playing.
tried. I
after we
tried.
killed you.
How many times did I
Earlier.
do?
Try.
Let's just
You
move
know
on.
what?
Let's
You
move
yourself.
on.
Shut up.
In
Shut up.
defense.
Shut up. Shut up.
I don't want to. I don't. Let's just vote it.
Okay, all right, guys. All in favor of killing Carlton in 3, 2,
Making a huge
1.
mistake.
Okay, Carlton, you're dead. Everybody go
Bye,
to
guys.
sleep.
See you.
All right, so everybody, send me your stuff. Mafia, kill people. Hypnotoad, do your thing. Vigi, do your thing. Cop, do your thing. Everyone do their thing. Oh yeah. What's going on?